Yes, I think it actually does make a huge amount of difference what your name is.
Yeah.
And changing it midway is also a pretty big deal, especially if you kind of build a brand around it. But I have nothing useful to offer except to choose carefully and wisely.
Yeah. I'd say it's worth it. Just because, if every single time you need to go into a name and describe the name, say, oh, I'll spell it with a K and all those kinds of things, it gets tricky. Right. On Twitch, it pays to, I think, to have your brand just be your name, and then you can be flexible about what you're doing. So you're not stuck with doing a single subject. Like right now, if your entire brand was, say, fantasy art, and then you wanted to do something sci-fi, then it would be kind of awkward.
Yeah, if you make your name AP Gaming and then you just don't do gaming shit, then people get confused. They wonder what the AP means, even though I introduced myself as Arthur Perkins at the beginning of every episode. All right, you guys ready to kick this thing off?
What I get confused about is the real, but all right.
There's actually all right. Gaming. I looked
know.
it up. Yeah.
Yep.
So he has to put real at the end of it. I got confused on that one time.
Some other jackass. It's like the other person that has my URL, so I have to do cnrhus.com. Son of a bitch. And it's for his son. His son. He's not even using it.
Isn't
Hello,
it
friends. No, we're going live. Don't worry. Oh, good. I actually had everybody muted, so you guys didn't hear Connor's rant. My bad. I'm real slow today. Friends, welcome to episode 13 of On the Tabletop. Really, I say friends, but normally when I do introductions, it's not just for the cast, although, to some extent that is important. It's normally for the whole audience, but tonight's introduction is just for one person. That's you, Cotton's mom. I understand that you started watching this show and several other shows that are Cotton related because Cotton is now internet famous. Well, Cotton's mom, you've raised a wonderful daughter. Everybody loves Sam. Cotton, really. I can't believe she ever kept watching my shows after I got her name wrong for 2 weeks straight. It's pretty easy to say cotton-tailed. I don't know how I managed to get it wrong 14 days in a row while playing Fallout.
What did you say?
Crotton-tailed. It was bad.
Bad.
Every day I got another letter in the wrong place. It was a dark time in my life. Fallout 4 was very difficult. I was so bored running around shooting people with the same gun over and over again.
Yeah, that does get kind of boring.
Cotton's mom, I'm glad that you think that I'm funny and your favorite cast member, obviously. Everybody loves Cotton, though.
True.
Pretty much. I mean, several people here made art of her characters. I'll do my best to stop swearing for you. For the rest of you, welcome. It's been a week. We're here. Mick is drawing for us, I think, right? Is that correct?
Yep.
All right, we've got Mick Hostage drawing for us this week. Next week, no Mick. We'll be playing Mobile Frame Zero Firebrands. I don't know who's drawing then. We'll have to figure out who wants to either draw some mecha or sword fights or sexy people standing around at a dance party. I don't know who wants to do that.
Or all three.
I'm always for it, but we can rotate. We could do something a little bit different, maybe.
Yeah, I'm still looking for a way to have all of you guys working at the same time. I might have a line on something, but I'm not completely sure yet.
Oh, cool.
Give me a moment to figure it out. The week after that, I don't actually know what we're doing. Literally only one person has chimed in with a suggestion for what to do in the next week when Mick is still gone. But in 3 weeks when Mick returns, Return of the Mick, Aerocyto, the person who initially created the show On the Tabletop, will be joining us to play. But not make art. He doesn't want to make art because he's never played D&D before, and he wants to fully concentrate on that D&D goodness. He's only played Vampire the Masquerade, which involves a lot of standing around, acting sexy, and killing people, I guess.
The video game or the RPG, I guess?
The RPG. He played 3rd edition.
Okay. That's a RPG game. Yeah, right.
It is. It's very different than D&D.
Okay.
Instead of slaying monsters, you are the monsters, and instead of fighting monsters, I guess you talk about politics.
Oh, okay. Dang it, I thought we were going to start seducing. There's going to be seducing.
I mean, who knows? I've never played a lot of it. I've only actually played like one recently, and then like 15 or 20 years ago I played once. So twice. I played twice total. Speaking of twice total, etc., I don't even know where I'm going with that. Whoever wants to do their intro first, go ahead. I really feel like I just blew that one real bad.
I mean, to be fair, you thought you had another hour to prepare.
I would look after last week. I want to add this. After last week, I'm not doing special intros, and I don't know if you saw Twitch Sings came out, where you can like it hooks into your Twitch account and it's got like 1,000 karaoke songs you can sing with.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll take it for a spin before I do a stream. You know, I want to hear what I sound like. Huge mistake. I uninstalled it after 3 songs. I will never sing again for the rest of my life.
I thought you could carry a tune.
No. I personally believe that I could. I cannot.
You carry a tune in a crowd. That's how
like a mosh pit? Or...
It was really, really bad. Okay? It was truly awful. No one will ever hear those songs either. I deleted all the recordings.
I mean, if you've never heard an amateur singer before, particularly like if you only heard professional level, then yeah, hearing yourself for the first time is gotta be pretty rough. No matter who you are.
It's literally the worst.
I mean, I used to be a much better singer when I was younger. That's all.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You were in drama?
No, I was in show choir, motherfucker.
Oh, snap.
I was the set director. I made all the stuff, and I got an A for 3 years of high school, doing nothing but making props, and one time dressing up like a fireman and carrying an American flag across the stage.
Like
was it?
Sexy fireman? Like you see?
No, like a fireman wearing full fireman outfit borrowed from the local fire department. You would not believe how fucking blazingly hot that shit gets. It's so much worse on stage too. I mean, I'm sure it's way worse in an actual fire, but
but with all those lights on you, like that's got to be a certain kind of hell.
It was a certain kind of hell. I will now open the introductions to the floor for whoever would like to come up and do their dance battle rap first.
Well, speaking of hell, tonight I'm going to be trying to draw and RP at the same time.
But you've done that 3 times before,
It's
right?
never been done before.
You've done it 3 times before.
Of this
As
show.
has basically everyone around you.
Never been done.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt. You go ahead. Whatever you got.
I'm Mick Comiker. I play Mortrick on the show, and in real life, I draw comics. On Twitch, I post progress on Instagram. I have a Twitter, but I haven't used it in I don't know how many months. I also have a Facebook, but I only use that when I want to irritate one of my in-laws or super racist aunts and uncles, so it's pretty useless.
It's weird how everybody has super racist aunts and uncles.
Right? Like, why is that a thing? I don't know. But anyway, I'm Mick Comiker on all of those platforms. Well, I guess except Facebook, but I don't use that, so we already covered that. On Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. And I draw comics. Tonight, I will be drawing first this Zorn guy, and then just whatever.
You gonna color him in with his striped yellow and black?
No.
Barf-inducing? Okay, good, because that's really bad. Someone was like, what would that look like? And I was like, it would look like this. And they were like, that's bad. And I'm like, oh yeah, trust me, it's in my mind. I literally can't get it out.
Yeah, color is the work of the devil.
I was
His mouth, like on top of his head, was gonna kind of look like a vagina with teeth, but I think with all the teeth, it's gonna look less vagina-y, more mouth.
Sorry, Cotton's mom.
Oh shit!
He did it again.
Wow.
This is gonna be a rough episode for Cotton's mom. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I didn't think you were gonna be the one to break
Just
that.
anytime Mick talks, just mute him.
Yeah. I'll try to focus more on the drawing. That's not the...
Oh, look. I just flipped over to chat. Apparently I call cotton Cottonfield a couple times. Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool, right?
Oh, Tuatha, nice. Good reminder.
What did he say he was going to draw last time?
Oh, I think we know.
Oh, was it him naked?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh, that's right.
dicks. This is gonna be the perfect stream for Cotton's mom. You're welcome, Cotton, or Cotton, or whatever we call you.
Nobody needs to see that.
Luckily, everyone's very tasteful in the stream. I don't think anything.
No. Everything you're saying is totally wrong. Look, all of you could be tasteful, and it still would not be tasteful, man.
No.
Look, this is not a excuse, it's an explanation, but after 5 years of streaming on the internet to teenagers and young adults, I feel like my language is degraded down to just a string of swear words all the time.
So about a fifth grade level of swearing?
To remind you, I have a bachelor's degree, sir.
No, I mean, but you
So
used to
does
swear
Mortry.
as
It doesn't
in
mean
fifth grade.
Someone even said, like, oh, Arthur, the way you type on the internet is almost exactly like how you speak. It's like you can, it's like I can hear you saying it. And I was like, yeah, I've taken a lot of practice to get to that level of typing because I used to be able to do like 30-page papers, and now I can do one sentence meme. That's where I'm at.
I think that's where most of us have degraded to.
That's just sort of how it becomes as you get older.
Let's throw it over to Connor Hughes.
Oh, me? Who,
Yeah.
me?
Don't you have a Kickstarter or something you can throw at people?
Isn't that
Well-
Kickstarter finished?
Yep, it's finished. Yeah,
And
so
how
I won't have to
successful
bug.
was it?
Yeah, it was pretty successful. We did excellently. Yeah, and so I won't have to bug you guys about that anymore. I can stay silent and
You're
yeah.
not bugging people about that.
Well, I mean, it was like, you know, with the 4 weeks over and over again, me telling you guys about it. So yeah, that one is finished. That's right.
Can't you just wait for me to talk about Patreon at some point during this? Or you can be like, oh, Arthur, I can't believe you're still talking about Patreon. That's
not-
so last month.
Why do you bother everyone with your Patreon?
That's not
Everyone knows Patreon subscriptions get processed on the 3rd. Talking about after the 3rd of the month is so lame.
We go shill your own stuff there.
Yeah. You should be shilling your own stuff. The show's literally just like a giant portfolio for all of you.
I
Pretty
mean,
much.
like, that is the purpose of art, is to chill.
I
now
don't.
that you-
No, I don't think that's the purpose. I mean, everyone should have their own individual journey towards art, but I don't think intentionally shilling is that one. Oh, look, there's Cotton's new character card thing. Just popped up on the overlay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
We'll
that's
talk
good.
about that later.
Wow.
So now that you're not doing the Kickstarter, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
what are you doing? I mean,
What am I doing? I am prepping the book, so I'm doing the layouts, getting the InDesign working nice, and it's a big book, so it's pretty fun, and you get to see all the pages all together, kind of in the consecutive read. And so we're doing the layouts, getting all the sweet pinups going in there.
Here you're
Making sure it
redoing
looks
some
nice.
pages and panels.
Yeah, and the backup story, we did that. And then what's really nice about it is there's not many times, you know, for comic artists, I would imagine that you get to design your own volume. So Charlie and I, we're getting the opportunity, and Finn, we're getting the opportunity to do that. And that's pretty exciting. So that's what I've been working on, as well as a secret project, indeed, Charlie. So that's where we're at right now. Planet Chaos.
now this C. Stickney, I assume that's the Charlie that's been sending me these Kickstarter updates.
That's
Yep.
right.
I'm like, where's Connor? I want to hear from Connor. Who's this dude who keeps giving me these updates? So it's this guy.
Yes, that guy.
He's the brain behind the brawn.
He's the brain, exactly.
All right.
All right. I
So-
know what your internet handle looks like now. I got an eye on you.
Yeah. So I'm Planet Chaos. Hey everyone. So on Twitch it's Planet Chaos Art. On Instagram it's Planet Chaos Art. Chaos with a K. I draw Dungeons and Dragons characters. Doing commissions, just doing some stuff for myself. And you know, I say this every week, but it hasn't started. But pretty soon I'll be doing some game design art. So I think this week we'll finally have our meeting, and next week I'll have something to finally say about that.
Oh,
I
shit.
hope. I hope. Okay, over to your bearded.
What's up, guys? I'm Bearded Jalapeno on Twitch and Instagram and Twitter, and that's basically it. I draw comics. I draw commissions, character commissions. What else do? I do anything that pays.
Character designs.
Character designs, website stuff, like your icons and your. Did a card game recently, so I did some illustrations for that.
I
Yeah.
guess we gotta wait a long time to see those.
I think they should be coming out in the, like July-ish. I think so.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Not too bad, but
And how many did you do for those?
total, I think I did
Like a lot, right?
35.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I'm
Check
looking
it out.
forward to that. They're actually going to send me one of the boxes for free, so I can play the game. So I'm excited.
And so, what kind of card game is it? It's like a
It's just like a battle type of game. You just battle your friends with
Cool.
skill
like
cards.
monsters and plants or something. I think there's a game like that with cards.
Yeah,
No?
sort of like that. Yeah.
I've seen a few games where you sort of like get to play your different faction, and there's like, I don't know, eldritch and like zombies and
Yeah,
vampires.
sort of like that.
Yeah, cool.
But it'll be fun. Other than that, been a lot of. We're moving to a new apartment, so getting all that situated. We're like gutting out the whole place and redoing it. So.
Oh, sweet. So you're doing that. So the place is like what, five times what you said your current
It's like
place is?
1,500 square feet as opposed to my 200 square foot apartment.
Yeah, it's a pretty good upgrade, man.
Sweet.
So, and basically the same price. So we're excited. We're excited to have more space and more room.
Yeah.
Yeah. But don't worry. Once I move out of this apartment, they'll double the rent here, and people will be paying like $2,000 a month. So it'll be great. But I
Yeah.
won't be paying it. But yeah, that's about it.
Is
Sweet.
that everybody?
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
everybody.
We got anything else we want to talk about?
Talk some Game of Thrones.
Not with
No.
Connor's
Nope.
mama,
No.
though.
That's not a thing.
No. First off, I want to tell you something. My plan is to wait until the week of the final episode, sign up for 1 month of HBO, watch all the episodes up to the final one, and then set aside that Sunday. Just watch it, say goodbye. Say goodbye to the series forever. I want to hear about dwarf dicks. I want to hear about 30-page feasts. I want to hear about George R. R. Martin. They'll all be dead to me after that episode.
Sorry.
HBO account, cancel it after that first month. We're done. It's dead to me as well. That's it.
No
We're
one
part
tell
of this
him
thing.
about the side story they're gonna go on with HBO.
No. Look, the only side story that you need to hear about with Game of Thrones is the one that I'll be writing when I finally get my Song of Fire and Ice tabletop role-playing game.
Oh, okay.
That will never happen because I cannot find 3 to 5 people who will be able to play the game and betray each other in character without destroying their friendships out of character.
That's basically this show.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much worse. Have you ever played Diplomacy?
No.
Oh, well, actually this group would be really fun to play Diplomacy with, but I should note that I've never lost a game of Diplomacy, so that's me being super
Like the old-
sociopathic, being like, I would love to play you guys a Diplomacy.
Well, never met.
I would love to destroy your friendships so
Like
much.
the old Avalon Hill one or the new one?
I mean, Diplomacy is super old. I mean, it's almost 100 years old now. It recreates World War One as just like little armies, and you only have one army in every country. And so, in order to advance, you as one of the 7 players have to rely on other players and like send them messages and be like, "Hey, support my attack from France into Brussels." And if they don't, and they support the German advance back into France, you're like, "Oh shit, you just betrayed me, didn't you? You just betrayed me. We've been working together for 2 weeks since the beginning of the game, and you betrayed me over France to
that
get
would be-
Italy? You wanted Italy for France? Is that what you just did?
That would
We're
be the
done,
best.
you and me. We're done forever."
That'd be the best and the worst game for this group.
Look, Diplomacy is amazing, especially if you play online where you can set an option where no one knows who the other players are.
Oh wow, that's
It won't display your
Fantastic.
username, and so There was one time where I was just like, I'm Russia. If I could get Turkey on my side, we're going to destroy everybody. But you know how hard it is to get Turkey on your side as Russia in an anonymous game to just be like, you can trust me. You know that you could trust me. And they're like, who are you? And I'm like, I actually can't tell you my name, but I'm super trustworthy. Let's work together. We collectively actually won that game by being 100% trustworthy and never betraying each other.
So it's like the prisoner's dilemma.
Yes. Oh my goodness. It is prisoner's dilemma. Oh, diplomacy is great. Look, there is a like 5th grade class of all girls that play diplomacy, and then their teacher posts their weekly update. You can search for it on Google. It is incredible how they went from being friends to being enemies. So
that is great. I love that.
Doesn't take much with 5 years.
I mean, they're not like full enemies, right? But the betrayals when they started, it took a little while, but when they started, it was a chain.
Ugly.
We got anything else going on? No Game of Thrones, Connor. Don't talk about it.
Nope.
Don't ruin it.
We will murder.
I almost caught up with Game of Thrones before this season started on Connor's advice. I loaded up the first episode of season 5. No, season 6. No, it was
it's season 8, man. So I hope it was
5.
7.
I was like, I just don't want to like spend my time like this. So I never did. I just went on Wikipedia and episode tabs instead. It was pretty satisfying.
Okay.
Wow, that's a decision you get to make, I guess.
That was an exciting story.
It was pretty exciting. That is how exciting I am.
Very well. I officially declare introductions over. Allow me to remind you all of something. I feel like over the years, I should first note, I am exhausted today. It's been awful. I had to drive from Philadelphia, and I was like, look, I'm going to pick you up from the airport, and we're going to be in rush hour traffic. And my mom was like, no, it's 4 o'clock. It'll be fine.
Oh, no.
I picked her up. What was normally a 1-hour journey became a 3-hour journey.
Yeah.
Oh,
The traffic around's been bad lately.
A nightmare.
Very bad.
So it's generally just been a pretty bad day so far. But I also feel like lately my art as a storyteller has been falling down. Like I haven't been doing as a rich description, so I'm hoping that I can kind of bring it back. But like over the last year, I feel like it's just kind of been fading away. However,
But I want more elephants. So
No, less elephants.
We need
Less.
more elephants.
You know what? If you get to the Dwarven, oh shit, you actually are in the Dwarven lands right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I thought we were getting to the gnome lands.
Right, but you're currently in a Dwarven outpost.
Right.
we're in the about to die land, so let's try to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
avoid
So
Let's see where we are after we roll new characters.
last
Yeah.
episode, you explored the area known as the Shrine of Laos. Rick Jacks, having double backed, went to check on some things behind the party and discovered a creature known as the Zorn was stalking them. On top of the, oh my goodness, I actually don't remember what the name of that creature was. The horrifying murder snake tentacle beast.
Oh, the worm that I ate?
Yeah, the one that you
Oh
ate.
yeah.
So not that
It
terrifying.
was called dinner.
tasty. I call it tasty.
I can't remember the name of that creature. They're all super famous too.
It wasn't the Greg.
Yeah, that was it. The grid.
Yeah.
Grick. Yeah, okay. All right. Yes, Grick. All right. So, having backtracked the Grick, you found a Zorn hanging around your wagon. The horse was dead. Most of your valuables had been taken. Only your food had been left behind, and it chased Rick Jacks. Rick Jacks, in a series of desperate, brilliant moves that relied on him bringing it very close to the party, finally managed to evade its treasure sense and its physical sightline, splitting away from it and making his way back to the party. The party negotiated with the fungus people. Mortrick accidentally started tripping really, really badly and then failed a chain of tripping rolls and had some pretty sick trips. He ended up covered in fungus powder and decided to take all his clothes off in order to clean them. That is how we ended up in a room. Rick Jacks opening the only remaining door out after Cazador had blocked up the door you came in. Disturbed the creature hiding in the floors, and the Zorn came out, attacking Cazador and Runa, knocking Runa to the ground, dying. In the process, a naked Mortrick came over and raised her up once more, and at that moment, all 4 members of the party felt something within them, whether it was a snap, or whether something broke inside them, or whether they remembered who they once were before. Cazador breathing in deep the scent of a dwarven mine, recalling that he was once stronger and wiser and more powerful, brought himself back to his previous standing. Runa, tired of being knocked down over and over again, suddenly sprang up, re-energized, stronger than ever before, and with more hit points. Rickjax, recalling both his mother and father's style of combat, reached a new understanding of the blade art, and Mortrick just
stripped and was like, "This is so free."
I think he got an extra spell slot. That's about it. Couple more hit points. But he learned something about himself.
I got no magic.
Being naked in a combat, you really learn something about yourself.
Really do.
Is there... I don't know who it's coming from, but is there like... Yeah, where's that noise coming from?
Yeah, I think that might be...
It's always me. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Are we switching to muting mode? How we're doing that? I don't recall. All right, so you're in the middle of a battle with the Zorn. The Zorn is... well, I mean, we have this beautiful Zorn drawing that Mortrick has drawn. It's striped yellow and black. It has pulled itself out of the ground. It spent the last round eating the good portion of your money after Cazador tossed the bag that Runa had collected most of your money in.
No, I hit it from its teeth, and it's now spread across the whole...
Yes, so it's scooping it up with the arms, but that did leave its mouth open to bite Cazador, which it did, and dealt some severe hardy blows. Runa, you are lying on the ground, I believe? You did. I don't know if you got a chance to get back up.
I got up, yeah.
Then you are lying on the ground. A naked Mortrick is facing away from you. In between you and the monster.
Eyes.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Really? You're gonna The Rock this? You're welcome.
Don't I have an ability where I just get up with like 5 feet of movement? Forget.
Better look at your character sheet there, buddy.
You know, I bet that you can find it on D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond.
Maybe.
DndBeyond.com. How far do we have to go back to get our rolls? Rickjax, you got quite a few rolls in here.
Yeah, you guys
I was doing a lot of testing when
did
we
some
weren't
practice.
playing.
Yeah, there was some
That's fine.
practice going on.
That's fine. You know, I feel like I need to export the chat log to somebody so that they can break down the number of times Bearded Jalapeno rolls, and to just show that statistically he rolls incredibly averagely. Like 100% average.
Right.
There's nothing unusual about it.
Right. Alright, I can't find it, so I'll just use half my movement to get up.
Are we
Okay.
also going to do our feats before we... Are we
Oh,
just
yeah.
gonna do
I thought
levels?
everybody had picked their feats, right?
Well, we did, but should we tell everybody? Or
Yeah, no, let's go ahead and do that.
All right.
I chose tough, so I can
course.
get more HPs.
Nice. And I got Grudge Bearer, and I'm gonna take on Fiends, and I'm gonna +1 to Strength.
Okay, so I have another 20, 5, 10, 15.
I've
So I'm
got
gonna.
I
defensive
just
do
magic.
that.
I'm just gonna back up 1 and hold my action if it attacks me.
Where is Grudge Bearer from?
I can give you a link if you like.
Yeah.
Should I do that before I add the Strength?
Yeah, I actually have never heard of this, and I can't find it on D&D Beyond.
Okay.
It's from UA.
Oh, look, we need to have a talk before you use UA stuff.
Okay.
A lot of that stuff's untested.
Untested. Okay.
Untested.
All right, let me just.
I mean, that's the whole reason it's UA. Is like stuff that's on UA will eventually get printed in a book after it goes through some cycles.
I did mention it, maybe in the chat.
I know, but I thought you were referencing Burning Wheel because that is the name of a feat in Burning Wheel for dwarves, Grudge Bearer.
Grudge Bearer is
and then you immediately mentioned Soldier Wise, so why would I think that it wasn't?
Well, the Soldier Wise was the reference because I did have to pick the class. But yeah,
you can see how there was a slight misunderstanding here.
I mean, I often get into these misunderstandings. So
it's all right. I mean, it is totally your fault.
So, who did you pick as your creature to hate?
Fiends.
Fiends, huh? Good, good.
I feel like you're just really racist towards fiends.
I feel like he's just really racist. Period.
That's my impression, yeah.
He's got good reason to be against fiends.
Why?
Well, I mean...
I met a fiend in a bar once.
I don't know. As a racist, ever needed an excuse to be racist?
All right. You know what? I'll let you take this. I feel like actually not a very powerful feat, but it's your choice to make.
Well, I thought, I think it's in character for him.
Oh, it's definitely in character.
Yeah, so I had to go. I mean, I could have chosen like Sentinel or like other more powerful ones.
Or you could have just taken the ability upgrade, which is a pretty powerful one, instead of a feat.
Yeah, I'm like,
I did.
Yeah, I'm on like odd scores for a lot of my things, so I can take, 1 point in this, and then I get I get 18 now, so that's a big bonus anyway. So
not gonna lie, I probably should have taken some points in charisma.
You don't need it.
What's a -2?
I mean, according to this sheet that Cotton made up for you, your charisma appears to be quite low. Unarmored movement, does that give you the ability to stand up? Nope.
I don't think so.
No, I mean, I don't know that there is a thing that lets you stand up.
I don't think so. I might have read it somewhere else. But yeah, I just stood up, moved 1 square back, and then I'll hold my action if it attacks me.
What action will you...
A fist punch.
Very well. And it should be noted that you're all at full hit points. So you're new hit point level.
Yep.
All right, Cazador, the white knuckle with a giant bloody nose. What do you got?
Whitest knuckles.
Ready to go.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna attack.
Of course you are.
Of course, very typical dwarven fighter thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, when I think of Cazador, I think of someone who's incredibly basic.
He's not very complicated as far as that goes, I think.
And a pumpkin spice.
You know
Pumpkin
what?
spice sort of way.
I actually like pumpkin spice, and whenever it's available, I have it every single day.
Same. I got like a pumpkin spice ice cream.
Yeah, right. See? I feel like you and I should not be held down by the pumpkin spice haters, Connor. All right? There is a collection of people who want to bring us down, and I don't like it. Speaking of things that I don't like when your Warhammer tries to hit the Zorn and fails, unfortunately.
Fails?
It slams into the Zorn, but the Zorn's scaly, horrifying exterior just bounces that right back off.
Damn. Okay. That's
It
rough.
is unaffected by your blow. I mean, momentarily one of its arms flails, but then gets back to stuffing coins into its mouth. You watch as your entire net worth of life savings is being eaten in front of you.
It
got
is
anything
mostly
else
my
you wanna
life savings.
throw?
Not my gold.
Cazador,
What's up?
I'm asking if you got anything else you want to throw at me. Maybe an action surge or two, maybe a reverse flip kick, 360 jive.
It's my job.
I will take. Yeah, I'll take an action surge. I'll go for a second attack, and I'm going to use.
I tricked him into doing it. Excellent.
Let's see.
I mean, it's not the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't learned.
It's just like, you have this ability you could use, and people are just like, great, I'm going to use that. And I'm like, well, it didn't work out as well as you thought it would. I just thought it'd be hilarious to suggest it. To remind you, it's an option.
I will use.
Look, I'm sure this will work out great.
Distracting strike.
Oh, interesting.
I can post that into the chat if you want to see it. What it is.
Yep.
Okay. Putting it here, and then I'm going to attack.
Distracting strike. Okay, so you need to hit the creature first, which you don't.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I'm doing another attack, so this next attack didn't either.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That 12 doesn't hit.
Okay, I didn't know you saw it that quickly. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, instantly.
Instant.
Instantly. 100%. That's the power of the quantum rolls behind Roll20, powered by Swedish
Swedish
observation.
lies.
I never hear you guys complain when you get a 20 on a die. That's all I'm saying. Man,
Because we never
many good rolls. It's only when the bad rolls happen that the suspicion in the dark part of your mind comes out.
I'll let you know when I get a good roll. I'll actually.
It's never happened to you in your life.
Yeah, Rick Jacks. I don't know, maybe one.
Cazador, you swing your hammer around once again, hitting this creature's flesh. It collides. It's a huge creature. There's no way you're not going to hit it, right? But as you do, it's like a bell ringing. And its whole flesh just like forms and waves ripple out of it. But in the process, it's completely unaffected. Like a wave travels down its arm, down its hand, and then hits the coin. The coin like vibrates slightly, but then it just hold it there. And then he puts it in his mouth.
He's got like a ground to all forceful impacts.
Yeah.
Like electrical current. The red sun.
Mortrick, you're up, brother.
Right. Are there any coins still on the ground?
Wait.
It was
Rick Jacks. Rick
Oh,
Jacks.
my bad. I actually did skip through too quickly. Rick Jacks.
I mean, I wasn't gonna give Mortrick the goading strike.
Yeah. Hey, do we since we leveled up, do we have our max spell slots?
Yes.
No, you have. If you gain a new spell spot, you get that new spell slot area,
Okay.
but you don't get any of the ones you already had spent.
All right, so I got
Just hit points.
I got 2 total then. Okay, so I'm
What
gonna
do you
come
wanna do?
over. I'm gonna come over next to Cazador, and I'm gonna cast. Where'd it go? Color spray.
Oh boy! All right, here
Glad
we
I
go
backed
again.
up.
Yep. So it's in a cone, 15 feet.
Yep.
Whoa! What?
Wow! Wow!
What?
Look at me! I don't think I've ever had a good roll in my entire life before. 7, 8, 10.
That is insane.
Yeah, but is that enough?
Is that a
I
hit?
mean, we'll find out, won't we? All right. So,
Any damage is enough.
It's not damage. It's
it's not damage. It's the
It's
amount of
hit points?
Feet.
yeah. So if he has too many hit points, it won't affect him at all. But if he has less than
Wait,
this,
Blind until. Oh.
Got it.
Yeah, you color spray this thing. Its one eye gets like the full effect of it. It closes and it opens up and blinks for a few seconds, and then its eye refocuses on you, Rick Jacks, and you feel for a moment like you just fucked up real bad.
all right. I had to try. Okay, so
Yeah, you did have to try, and it would have been amazing if it had worked.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to disengage and hide behind our dwarf.
Okay. You can attempt to hide, but I want to point out you personally know this thing has tremor sense, and can detect you through your footfalls instantly.
Yeah. So I wasn't actually trying to.
You're
hide.
physically using him as a.
Yeah, he's
as a-
my meat shield. So yeah, I'm just stepping behind him.
Mortrick, we're up to you.
All right. Are there any coins on the ground still?
Yes, there are.
Okay. So
I mean, you guys have lost hundreds of coins in the process here, right?
Right. I want to scoop up as many coins as I can carry.
Okay.
2 hands. Actually, I have my sword out. I'm going to scoop up as many coins as I can carry in my one hand.
Yep.
Only my action to disengage.
All right.
2, 3, 4, 5.
You got 5 gold coins in your hand.
And I'm like, as I run, I want to like kick any coins I pass over here towards the door.
Okay, so as you're running over there, you're also kicking all of the domino tiles out of the way as well.
Domino tiles.
There's a lot of feet shuffling, coins are going
Yeah.
everywhere. The Zorn is looking around. It is incredibly frustrated.
I'm going to say I got dessert right here. I got dessert right here.
While naked.
Do I? Oh, I had to use my action to disengage.
That's correct. And why don't you go ahead and I don't know what to do. Call it a delicious roll. Make a intimidation check to see if you can be dessert.
All All right, and I'm waving up in the air. Intimidation.
I love how you're going outside the range of your own light in the process as well. You're like running into the darkness and naked.
All right. Intimidation.
Yes.
Does he get advantage for being naked?
No.
Even if he had it.
He wouldn't have got it. Yep.
Yeah.
For those at home, you got 2 5s. Yeah, this Zorn does not care about your paltry offering of 5 coins or your naked flopping across the room.
All right. I'm going to say to the party, don't do anything. Just back up and let him eat. Just back up and let him eat.
As he says that, the Zorn grabs another handful of coins, stuffs them in, and then turns toward Cazador and makes a rumbling noise. You can feel the foul breath reeking from it as it sidesteps past you in an attempt to chase Rick Jacks. And it like shoulders you out of the way, Cazador, as it moves on Rick Jacks and begins pulling its other 2 arms to grab Rick Jacks and bring him closer to its face. So let me ask real quick, Rick Jacks, what's your AC? Not that it matters.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be a whopping 15.
That is not where you want to be, ideally.
15 isn't bad as far as it goes.
Well,
Hey,
Ouch.
look at that.
good news, the bite is a natural 1, so that's where all of the damage is. The bad news is you're going to take a claw attack to the face.
Thanks, Sweden.
All right, let's see if I...
6 points of damage as it chases after you, pushing Cazador out of the way. He stumbles in his human-made, plate mail as this thing lands a claw on Rick Jacks and then tries to follow up with another claw, but Rick Jacks just dodge rolls out of the way. As he comes back up, the thing tries to consume him by pushing its whole body over Rick Jacks and forcing him into the mouth. Rick Jacks backwards rolls, Dark Souls style. The thing slams its mouth into the ground and then sinks into the ground 2 inches and then pulls itself back up. Blinks for a second, its eye turns toward Rick Jacks again, and it goes. Runa.
I want to take out my short swords that I got, and then I'll come around him here, and then I'll attack him.
I see.
And to do that, I need one sheet. Attack. Oh, fuck me.
Bring out the short sword. Whoosh, try to attack. These are like butterfly knives. Is that what?
Yeah, pretty much.
It
like-
it connects with the thing, and
they're
like your
like
whole
short
arm
swords.
shakes in the process from the vibration.
Can I do an offhand attack?
You can. I don't think you can offhand. Oh, are you holding a second short sword?
Yeah, I have two.
Then let me ask, what happened to the torch?
I dropped it.
Okay, all right. I'll keep that in mind for later. So now there's just the torch rolling around on the ground, and all the coin light is now glinting at a really odd angle. So all the people that can only see with light are just looking at these weird shadows being cast by all the tiles and coins everywhere. The room got really dramatic. This follow-up attack with the short sword, left hand blocked. The creature grasps your hand, and you have to wrench your arm away before it begins pulling you in towards its mouth.
I'm going to use a key point to disengage.
Very well.
And that'll do it for me.
You can get some spooky music on. Cazador.
All right. I'm gonna go for another goading attack, going for that eye that was looking at Rick Jacks.
Oh boy, the targeted attack versus the eye. You slam your warhammer down. It notices you going for the eye and shifts its body, and you hit a section of skin that seems vulnerable. You hear a smashing and then like a cracking noise as a little bit of dust comes off of its body. There's damage. There's good damage. I mean, it's not the greatest damage, but it's pretty good. I mean, it's all right.
It's decent.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been worse.
Could have missed.
Yeah, it could miss. I mean, we've already seen missing is a very possible thing with a creature this tough.
Yeah. And so then I do the... will I roll the die now? Or will we wait till Rick Jax attacks?
You want to use one of your attacks? One of your superiority maneuvers?
Yeah, did I say that before? Or no?
No, but you don't have to use it until after the attack.
Oh, I don't?
For some of them. So, for instance, with Commander's Strike, you have to declare it beforehand because you skip your turn. For something like Goading Attack or Distracting Strike, it says when you hit a creature with a weapon attack. So you don't have to say it until after it.
Oh, I see. Distracting Strike. Oh, okay. So then I didn't spend a superiority die before.
That is correct. But you can spend one now to do Goading...
Distracting. Sorry, yeah, I went distracting.
Okay. You've created an opening. You add superiority dice, so roll another. I mean, I think it's like a D8, right? Is that what?
Yeah, it's D8.
To add to the damage, and the next attack roll by an attacker other than you has advantage, which means Rick Jax has advantage on his first attack roll.
Hey, I just want to. You know what? When we're both next to him like this, we don't need you to do that maneuver, right? Because I get to attack with advantage because you're right next to him anyway.
You don't get to attack with advantage, but you can sneak attack.
Okay, understood. Okay.
But now you have advantage on that first strike, which makes it much more likely you'll hit. You're right. Sorry, Josephine. Apologizing to Cotton's mom.
All right. So,
all right, Rick Jax, it's up to you.
I'm going to do a lunge with my main weapon, see if I can get something going here then. So
this creature's full attention turns toward Cazador as Kaz, like, he pivots the Warhammer in there and there's a grinding noise. Thing screeches in its own language and turns all three of its hands toward Cazador, and you're just like, oh, I'm behind him now. 23 with advantage will hit for 8 points of damage.
Nice.
I'll do my sneak attack.
Thanks.
So, good news and bad news. Your side sword will be resisted, right? Because it's not a bludgeoning weapon. However, your sneak attack is untyped, so it will do 4 damage.
So is that 12 total damage?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You also get a stab in there and you kind of grind it in a little bit. Your sword is having trouble being pulled back out. You have to get a boot on the creature and swing your arm wide.
Okay.
I believe you have a second attack if you'd like to follow up.
I do.
But...
yeah,
come on, stay in melee range. It's fine. Connor forgot again to do, tunnel.
Yeah.
Tunnel fighter. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention, half these guys didn't take a background when they made their characters, and so now some people are suspiciously better at doing stuff. They have a background and 2 more skill proficiencies.
Not suspicious at all.
Yeah. All right, so I'm actually going to disengage.
Very well.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, will this put me out of the Zorn's range? Because he can move 5. 1,
I
2,
mean,
4, 5.
he can move 4.
Oh, then I can move 5. He can move 4.
Yes.
I can move 5.
You can move 5 because you can move 25. He can move 4 because he can move 20 feet.
All right.
No matter what will happen, you'll be able to get away from him as long as you move in a straight line away.
Yeah, I'll move.
I mean, you've moved way too many. That's
like half a football field.
Wait, so does diagonal?
You move way
count
too
as,
far.
Does diagonal count as 1.5 or?
It's
no diagonal counts.
Time.
What?
So it's 5, 10, then 20, then 40, then 60.
I don't think so for 5e, right? Isn't 5e just 5?
Sure.
I mean, it says 5e measurement now, so if we use the measurement tool, it will tell us correctly. Diagonal is just 5 every time.
All right.
So this is 25 feet away. Yeah, okay, you're actually right. You run back towards that open door that you had just opened, leading southwesternly away. Who knows what's in the corridors beyond? What new, fresh hell could await you?
He won't know because it's dark.
Maybe he can see.
But Rick Jacks has superior dark vision.
Oh, that's right, he does.
Yeah.
I'd have to go around it though. I might take a peek now. We're too busy. All right,
Look,
Mortrick.
If there's one thing I know from playing MMORPGs, it's the thing that you should do in a fight that you are barely holding on in is to run away and definitely find every other mob waiting for you deeper in the dungeon. So that when you die, you'll be able to know not to do that the next time. And where all the mob positions are.
That is amazing, Mick. You are my hero. Oh my god.
It's like a portrait of Adam.
Oh my god.
Is that perspective? Are we getting some kind of dynamic perspective? Or are those
Concentrate, Mick. It's your turn.
It's this image.
I don't
is,
remember Gorfang being that long.
This image represents real size. Yeah, it's to scale. Yeah.
Okay, so on prestidigitation, it says I can create a sensory effect.
Yes.
Can I make that a trimmer? Can I make that, or is it only like sight, sound, smell?
I'll go with trimmer. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold one of the coins up and be like, "Hey, buddy, delicious gold over here, delicious gold," and I'm gonna throw it through the grate into the fungus room.
Yeah.
And I want to use prestidigitation to make the strongest trimmer I can emanating from that room.
All right. So just be clear, it's not going to be super strong.
Okay.
You are aware that this is going to put the fungus people at threat.
So
I feel like Mortrick doesn't care.
Yeah, I'm just asking you.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't even see where he's throwing.
This is your dungeon master going, "Are you sure you want to do that?
Well,
Have you fully thought this through?"
Yeah, so Mortrick's idea is that he goes in there and he starts going on his own trip. Would Mortrick know if that would work?
It's possible.
That's the theory.
You can make a medicine check to see. Well, you can make a planes check, Arcana, to see if you would know whether Zorns are capable of tripping.
Okay, all right.
Whether elementals are commonly capable of getting that dank.
All right, that's an Arcana check.
Yes.
Thank you, Sweden.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Look, we cut back to Mortrick and Bard College, so he's actually not that much younger than now. Well, for one thing, he has clothes on. His instructor is a smoking hot sorceress, distractingly hot, really, who's just like, "Now, I want you all to remember this. Elementals may have many differences compared to humanoids, but they can do drugs. This one time, I was planes traveling, and I caught up with an air elemental. They have the good stuff on them, let me tell you." And then you fade back to reality in the here and now, and you know if this Zorn goes in there, it's going to be subject to all of the fungus stuff.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. Do I need to roll to see if I can throw it through the grate or?
No, it might be dark, but it's a grate. You'll get the coin.
And then, am I in effect now, or is it one more over?
You'll need to be one more over to be in effect. The problem is that I need you to make a intimidation check at disadvantage because you've already tried this before.
Tried this, yeah.
He's not. Well, all you gotta do is roll 2
Can I
20s.
make it a persuasion since I'm trying to convince him this is good? This is some good stuff. I'm not trying to be like, "Hey, eat this or else." I'm like, "You really want this? This is
very well. I'll allow it. It's still at disadvantage.
okay."
This is the business right here.
Persuasion
Reminds me of that first season of Weeds where she's like, "You've been making me sell the crappy weed, the scruff. I didn't even know there was other kinds of weed." And everybody in the room is just laughing.
Wait, so on my D&D Beyond it says, "Oh, it's because I haven't updated my stats. That's why." Hold on, I need to change that and that. Okay. That wouldn't have changed my intimidation. It wouldn't matter. Persuasion. Boop. Aww.
Well,
You tried.
I tried.
That 19 would have been pretty good, but unfortunately you have an 8.
Yep.
The Zorn is seemingly unimpressed by your offer of a saltine cracker when he's busy breaking open a delicious and scrumptious looking turducken.
I'm gonna say to the party again, just let him eat, guys. Don't bother him while he's eating. Just back up and let him eat.
P.S. Cazador, you're the turducken.
I realize that.
Wrapped in that big tin foil.
I mean, the tinfoil is the turducken here. It's the dwarf you got to get around, right? You got to spit the bones out.
All right, I'm done.
Okay.
Won't find me delicious prey.
Cazador, this guy is going to lead. Oh, no, that's right. He can't actually get after Rick Jacks, huh? All right, we'll do it the other way around. He's going to beat the hell out of Cazador and then run after Rick Jacks. That's a much better option. Talk to me about your AC, Cazador. It's like 20 something.
Yep, 20.
Perfect. Wow, you take 2 hits, including that bite attack, which is super uncomfortable.
You've been good rolls against me.
Well, I just have good rolls in general because I'm good like that.
Just think what it would be like if you didn't have that amazing armor, kind of like us.
You take 20 points of damage as this thing begins scraping up against your armor. You can feel every strike through the armor and the screeching noise like chalk on a nail board, except your body is the nail board. There's a chalkboard, sorry. Nails on a chalkboard. I got it
like
backwards.
Chalkboards on a nail board.
Then it opens its mouth and encompasses your whole helm. And all you can see is the inside of its stanky black and yellow body. You see like all these coins around. You're like, oh no, and you can feel its teeth around your neck as it breaks through your leather gorget, and you're like, blood begins pouring out of your neck down into like your undershirt and your chainmail and your beard. It's warm. Your skin feels cold next to it. You know that blood is going to be there for hours until you get down there and clean it. Also, you might die from the bleeding. Finally, you manage to shake it. You get out of the thing's head, and it goes running off after Rick Jacks in the process, like kadoom, kadoom, kadoom. As it leaves your area of control, you can make an AOE attack on it. All right, AOE,
right? Opportunity attack.
All right, I'll do that.
You swing your warhammer around, desperate to not die. A 20 will hit for 12 points of damage. You slam it down on one of this thing's many legs as it stumps away from you. And you hear a crunching noise and it starts limping like, ah! It turns its eye back towards you while crawling in the opposite direction.
That's right, you run. Do I get to use a superiority die on those or no? You want me to look it up? I'll look it up.
I believe it's whenever you hit a creature, you can do it. Did you have something you wanted to throw on here?
Yeah, I think I'll do a I'll do another distracting attack.
Okay. Yeah, feels pretty distracting.
Okay.
And wait, do I get a save against it? Some of your maneuvers require a save. Nope, not this one. All right, just roll your extra.
The goading attack. Oh fuck! The goading attack, you get a save.
1 damage.
Yep.
Cotton is caps locking in chat right now. Everyone is still alive. I think Cazador is somewhat alive. He hasn't updated his character's health, but
Oh yeah, I didn't do that yet. But I mean, I still got most of my health.
you took 20 points. Oh, that's right. You have like 45 health now.
That's right.
Thank
I got
goodness.
25
Don't. That's right to me. Don't yas. Don't do it, Connor. Don't do it with me. Rick Jacks, you know that this thing is dead set on murdering you.
I'll be exercising my dash any minute now.
Oh my goodness. This will be incredible.
Wait, did I go already?
No, but it's Ruda's turn.
No, it's your turn now.
Okay, cool. Going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And then I will...
You teleport behind him. Nothing personal. kid.
Yeah, right. Feeling cute might destroy you.
I mean, I'm imagining you're running like super low to the ground, big knees, stretched out, comic book style.
Yeah, and then I attack him.
You suddenly pop up behind him, with an overhead punch coming down.
Yeah, on my way over there, I'm gonna put my swords away because they didn't do much last time, and I'll punch you.
I want to point out your fists actually do more damage than the swords because they're bludgeoning weapons.
That's how they work. Yep. Punch.
Yep, that'll hit and that'll do damage.
Sick.
That'll do 7 points of damage.
And then I'll flurry of blows.
All right, you bring in some more kicks and punches.
Punch, punch.
Show me the power.
Nice.
You deal 13 more points of damage.
And then he has to make a DC because I'm going to try to knock him prone. It's a DC.
Oh no, your open palm attack?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
This is bullshit.
Fails a dex saving throw of 13. Yeah.
Teleport behind him. You come down with that overhead punch. Land solidly. The thing gets knocked sideways. You can follow up with 2 whirlwind kicks. Whoosh, whoosh. It knocks to the ground, even though it's got so many limbs capable of movement. Your repeated kicking attacks have it like trying to fend it off, and it falls to the ground underneath the weight of your attacks. It is down to 1 hit point.
Oh,
It is barely alive.
Okay.
I can't use another keyboard.
Yeah, I mean, you could take 1 level of fighter and then take action surge, do another attack, and then keep like that.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. But yeah, that's all I can do.
Cazador, this thing is on the ropes, bleeding and dying, but still dead set on eating Rick Jacks.
Yep, I'm gonna dive onto him, trying to finish him off.
You mosh pit him. You're just like, "What's up?"
Eat this, you ugly beast.
Nope.
Yeah, that 9 will not connect. I mean, physically the attack hits, but it just slams off of its incredibly hard hide.
All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna leave it there.
Rick Jacks,
Do you
you're
have any,
fleeing in terror.
Do you have any commanding strike left?
I don't have any. I didn't take that.
Oh, what was the one you were doing that gives me advantage?
That requires him to hit, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got hit.
Understood. All right. I'm not
No,
going to
you
do
did that
this.
already. Oh, but it would have been advantage for Runa, who hit anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a question. So you can take an action. So for a weapon, for a fellow that has 2 weapons, if I cast a spell, can I do my offhand attack as
No.
my bonus action?
Offhand attack requires you to have attacked.
Okay, so they have to go together.
Yep.
All right, then I'm going to go right here and stab with both weapons.
Very well.
You have advantage because it's prone.
That's true.
Thank you, thank you. So this one first with advantage.
Just need you to fail a bunch of times. Nope. Okay, go ahead and hit me with your sneak attack.
Hell yeah. Get him.
And
Let me ask
sneak
you, Rick
attack.
Jacks. How does this go down? How do you murder this thing?
You know what? I'm stabbing it right through the eye.
You bring your sword down right through the eye, and with a quick twist, the creature spasms, and then the whole body falls limply to the ground. Its tongue falls out of the horrifying mouth as coins slowly drip down its tongue back onto the ground. In the process of it dying, the floor has a vibration away from it. And you hear in the center of where those labyrinth tiles were, you hear like a ping that goes away as the death wave spreads away from it. All of you rode it like a surfboard temporarily, where you're like, whoa.
All
It's
right.
very weak when it gets to you more trick. You're like, whoa.
Whoa, just whoa.
Whoa.
All right.
Whoa, dude.
So victory, man. I was getting worried there.
All right, as soon as I see it's down, I'm gonna like walk over to the grate so I'm back in the zone. I'm gonna toss in the extra coins and be like, "Hey guys, the thing that was messing up your way home, it's dead now. So safe travels." And then I'm gonna walk back into the room with the other guys.
All right, they're just like silent because they only speak using funguses.
Well, wasn't I back in the network?
If you want to be, sure.
Yeah. I wanted to be back in the network to let them know that the thing is dead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They're just like sick, and then you leave the network by moving too far away.
Yes.
Does Mortrick have pants yet? He does not.
Please, Mortrick, put your pants on.
Well, now that battle's over, I'll go in and I'll use my new prestidigitation to clean off my clothes and put them back on.
Oh yeah, it happens instantly too.
Yeah.
What does your prestidigitation look like? Are you like sham wow? Do you like? Do you just stand over it like Gandalf making his pipe smoke? Does it just happen?
No,
How much hand movement and vocal strain do we get?
It's just a wax on, wax off kind of thing.
All right, you swoosh, and suddenly your clothes go from being covered in orange fungus to clean, sparkling clean. In fact, they've never looked better.
We're like, this is fantastic.
Do you put the clothes on now that you have them?
I'm just gonna like.
Your hesitance there is worrying me.
I'm just going to admire them while the rest of them, search the room. I'm just so impressed with this new spell I have. I'll put them back on, when the time comes.
When the time is right. When the third moon is in the sky at its brightest point on an April day.
Can I investigate the monster for any valuables? I'm gonna scoop out the gold, I guess, away.
Right. I mean, that's pretty easy. But
I could use my short swords to cut into it.
Yeah.
For any
Well,
carbs.
I want to point out, if you've seen the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, you know that the inside of the monster is as well armored.
Oh, this is the outside. Good thing I didn't jump inside of it.
With your two swords, exactly.
Yeah.
Would have been very familiar.
I have defeated the monster.
So this is a two-stage. This is a two-stage process, attempting to dissect the monster, right?
Yeah.
So first, you need to know what you're looking for, which is an Arcana check.
Okay.
So hit me with that.
Arcana. Yeah, I'm good at that. Oh, I did the wrong one. Whoops.
That's okay. We'll keep the roll, which is very high. No, you have to re-roll right now. Yeah. I mean, you identify all 4 parts of this monster that you could remove and conceivably sell.
Cool.
They are. Look it up. Sorry, I've been testing this system for another one of my games.
Nope.
For the food dungeon thing.
Oh, that's right.
So I don't have it. I haven't brought it over to my other rule set, so I got to go look it up. You are harvesting organs, and you know how to withdraw its eyes, brain, blood, and heart. But you need something to store it for all of these, except the blood, which you can just store in any container.
Which I probably have.
Do you have a vial on you, or a
my water bottle is empty.
Yeah, you could use Mortrick's empty water bottle to store some Zorn blood.
Sure, why not? If he's offering it.
He kicks it across the room. It scatters, lands at your feet. All right, so
I've got some vestments, and we can. Those are robes, right? We can
vestments.
try collecting all the body parts that might be collected inside of some robes.
They are going to go bad and die very quickly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we need a
bag of holding or some way to freeze stuff. As far as getting the blood out, now you need to make a medicine check. Wow. Okay. Yeah. You carefully carve into the creature at key points and then drain a Zorn's worth of blood into the canteen. It's actually not enough to hold all the Zorn's blood. It's got a lot more blood than can fit into one of these things. Do you have any other containers you want to store it in?
I do not. Do we have anything on the cart that we can use?
The cart's all the way back.
The cart is all the way back, and you also know from what Rickjax had said that all of the food was left, but all of the valuables, anything metal, had been taken.
Got it.
If you had any barrels, I don't think anybody has barrels on their character sheet, unfortunately.
No.
Nope.
All right, so mark down that you've got 1 canteen's worth of Zorn's blood, and mark down that you no longer have a water skin, Mortrick. Not that it'll ever be important, but just in case.
Just like that one hit
One
point.
hit point.
Never gonna matter.
I'm just gonna put it under.
That was good. That was
Amazing. So good.
All right, I'm gonna set about picking up all the gold besides the stuff that's inside the Zorn in the room.
Okay. You recover all of your money.
Yay! So I'm gonna put my 63 gold back on my person.
Okay.
I'll grab my
I'm gonna
money.
give everyone else their gold too, if that's what I was also collecting.
I think I had 9. Yeah. Gold. Where's gold?
And then I'm gonna set about inviting Mortrick back into the room. Mortrick, get in here. And then
He's
I'm gonna,
standing in the room. He's considering
thought he
whether to
was-
put clothes on or not.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, it's like really kind of close and stuffy in here, but I feel kind of breezy and good right now.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, how about I'm gonna bar this door with that torture table?
I thought you already had.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then
My
I thought-
recollection is that you had taken the steel door and you would put it sideways into it, and then you'd use the torture table to like clang it up, so that Mortrick needed to move double speed in order to get through the area. And it also makes a bunch of noise where you gotta be like, oh no.
Oh, so he was able to bypass the door?
I mean, you didn't say I'm putting the door back in its frame. What you said was that you were putting it sideways.
Yeah, because anyway, yeah, cool, sounds good.
Do you want to make it so that the door is non-functioning again now?
I want to make it so that the door is a barrier to entry, so that no one
Okay,
can break
yeah,
through.
all right, so I'm just gonna move Mortrick's token, and you've put the door back in place properly. Since you knocked it down, it's gonna take a little bit of effort to get it back up there, but if you want to like nail the torture rack in place to hold it, that'll do it.
That's sort of my thinking. Like it's gonna block the door, like you put a chair in front of a door type of thing.
I mean, look, if you're not putting a chair through your enemies that are on a table, you are doing professional wrestling wrong. That's all I know.
Can I check out the center? Is there anything that's happening in the center of that like tiled maze in the middle of the room? Or...
There's nothing now, but you did hear like a weird kind of clanging, almost like metal on metal, like a gold coin that had been dropped. You know, like cling, cling, cling. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
Or investigation if you're like actually going up and like touching the center.
I probably would touch the center. Investigation. Nope.
What did you get?
8.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of spare coins lying around. There's the tiles. You're just kind of moving your hand around a bit. You think you found everything there is to find.
Okay.
Rick Jacks wants to try too, just to follow Runa's lead,
Okay.
just to see.
All right.
Could have sworn I heard something.
But like every good guard in a video game, you suddenly turn away and you're like, huh. I know you have investigation as a skill. What's your skill bonus?
That's still my roll, so...
Right. But I'm asking what your bonus is.
Yeah, because it'd be 12.
Total
12.
bonus is 5.
All right, so you have a 17?
17.
No. Wait. Oh, how come the bonus didn't get added?
I don't know.
Because you did
It's
survival.
survival instead of it.
That's why. That's one reason why.
Oh, there it is. Yep, on the wrong side. There, let's do this instead.
I love that. Kaz.
It's even worse.
I mean, you could take the original roll and just add.
I'm taking the original roll. That's
Okay.
why I asked what the bonus is.
Yep.
I play by dice on the table rules.
Yep. I will do that next
Except
time.
there aren't any dice on the table because there's no table.
It's a virtual table with virtual dice.
And virtual drawing.
Just a lie perpetuated by Sweden.
All right, so 17.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
look around as well. You manage to find all of the coins, but there doesn't seem to be any secrets hidden in the floor of the room.
Okay.
I'd like to maybe just try and figure out what is going on with this domino thing. Just, is there any way I could try and any check that I could make to sort of
make an insight check.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you put together everything you've heard so far. These labyrinthine creations seem to be a reminder of the Zorn's home. You know that in order to teleport or move planarly, often sigils are required to move between locations or move between planes. This is probably the one necessary for the Zorn to return back to whatever plane or demi-plane it came from.
Okay, I share that with the group. And I'm
Doesn't have a
gonna
way
set up.
home?
Sorry.
It can't get home.
Well, it's dead
Yeah,
now,
it's dead,
so
so-
never going
Well,
home.
right, but like
And it's an elemental, so it doesn't like die and go back
we need
to.
to send it back so its loved ones can say goodbye.
It went
Just
back.
drank all of its blood and chopped up its body. So.
Did you see how many teeth it had? It had no loved ones.
Wow.
There's racist
That's
cats.
racist.
Good
Racist
lord.
comment.
God.
I'm gonna go over to the mutilated body and be like, I'm so sorry for his behavior.
The tongue lolls out. Aw.
So I'm gonna set about like making a camp and
Yeah, you guys had been in the process of doing that before you were interrupted repeatedly.
right. So I'm gonna set up camp. I'm gonna see if I can split off anything of the Zorn and start cooking it.
Oh my goodness.
Cooks everything.
Gonna eat a Zorn. Man, I need to get Connor in on Food Dungeon for real.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out this door down here.
The door has been left open by Rick Jax. It was a iron door with a lock on this side of the door. All right, yeah, you head down. It looks like the path continues kind of serpentinely. I want to remind you, you dropped your torch.
Yeah.
I guess you could go and pick it back
I'll
up,
pick
and
it
then you
up,
have a light
yeah.
source again.
I will do that.
Is this Cazador inside the Zorn? Is that what I'm looking at?
Yeah, and he's just found the money.
He's reaching for the coin. Oh, Cazador, how can you be so filled with stereotypes? It's bad.
There's way too few teeth in that thing, though.
That's because the teeth are biting into you.
Great.
Connor was
set
like,
up-
I want to make the most stereotypical dwarf ever. He hates other races. He loves gold.
I mean, I
He
didn't really
drinks
say
heavily.
I didn't really say he loves gold. I mean,
Don't have to say it.
he's
He
my.
reached into the mouth of a monster to pull a gold.
I don't think he did that. I don't remember doing that.
I recall it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Look,
after the
we have a
fight.
picture of it, so it must have happened.
It must,
Right.
I mean, he just got bit, and then he was inside
True.
the mouth for a while. Yeah.
I recall that happening. All right, Rona, you continue creeping forward.
I'm gonna stealthily go.
Sure,
forward.
sure. Make your stealth check.
Yep, I will do that.
I'm turning on stealth as well.
As you move forward, Runa, you begin hearing like a. There's a large creature ahead of you, and it has definitely detected your presence. And you can hear a padding noise move your way, doof, doof, doof. And then you hear like a goo, goo, as you hear shaking through the walls.
Guys, we got more trouble.
God
You hear some
damn
more
it, Luna.
slamming noises. Doof, doof.
Boink.
I'm gonna close this door.
All right.
Yeah. I say we bar the entry and take a rest.
That has worked out so well for you every time.
Yeah.
A long rest. Hey, now I have bonus to survival.
You realize that something's coming for us, and you want to go to sleep.
I mean, we got a locked door here.
Yeah, that's never stopped anything.
I like your faith in the lock.
Wouldn't have stopped Cazador.
Yeah, he's like, it's dwarven. We're good.
Yeah, we can sleep.
I knock on it. Look, it's solid as rock. It falls over.
Nobody makes craftsmanship like those dwarves. Chocolate, clocks, doors.
I want to. Is there like
With the switch
on the
now?
bottom part of the door? Is there like a space in between, or is it like fully?
It's fully lockable. Yeah.
Okay. It's like sealed all the way around. There's. Okay.
After you close the door, you weren't capable of hearing the noise anymore. But if you like get up close to it, you can feel the vibrations through the wall of something slamming.
Got it.
Is that gonna hold, Kaz? What's your professional opinion on that door?
So it's not that door is not physically being interacted with. You're feeling vibration through the walls
Oh.
of something at a distance slamming against something.
Got it.
After a few moments, the slamming stops. You no longer hear any snuffling noises. Yes, that is a naked Mortrick.
Indeed. To scale. might I add.
Well, then Mortrick's arm is twice as long as his body, and the
Yep.
sword is about 30 or 40 pounds heavier than he is.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick Jackson.
This is, I'm guessing it comes in at about $1.50. That's pretty considerable.
Hey, Rick Jacks, have you checked this place for extra doors? Secret doors?
Rick Jacks has checked this room entirely twice over 2 sessions.
Yeah.
So,
He is as sure as he can be that there are no secrets here.
so as long as they don't come through there, we should be fine.
Guess the Zorn isn't the only thing we should be wary of.
Well, we
Take them
taking a
out.
nap while they're like trying to get in and kill us, or are we
Definitely
gonna?
gonna take a short rest. At
Yeah, I
least.
say we take at least a short rest. I mean, I'm still pretty tired from not having had a proper rest before.
Oh yeah, I'm still exhausted as well.
So,
yeah, but a short rest doesn't fix that, right?
No, it doesn't.
would you like to all long rest? Mortrick, have you surrounded yourself with your dancing lights?
Yeah.
I just imagine you're
I gotta
dancing
keep
like
the darkness at bay.
more tricks.
Yeah, my dancing lights are not going to look like me. Just
or the dancing lights are
No,
literally.
they're little balls of light. They can't look like you.
Are you sure they're not like little fairy Mortricks?
No, they're not.
Tinkerbell
That's
Mortricks?
terrifying. No.
They're all jabbering.
Mortrick 76, we're all Mortricks now. Short
I'm
rest
in
or long
favor.
rest? What would you like to enter into?
I'll
I'm in
take
favor
the
of a
first
long
watch with the short rest, and then if nothing happens, I'll end up taking a long one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the long rest. Try and get my slots back.
Wait, so a short rest is an
I'd
hour?
say we just plan for the
Yes.
long rest, and then it'll get interrupted, and we'll have to fight for our lives again. Is all.
So, but Runa has a good point. Why don't we start with the short and then finish it off with the long? Because
Yeah.
what's the difference between 9 hours and 8 hours?
1 hour.
Well, but at least, right? At least we'll get some benefit from the short rest.
Yes.
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Would you like
Mechanics.
to use any of your hit dice while short resting?
Yeah, I would. Let me just. I want to know how many I have first.
I'm good.
I forget.
You have as many as you have levels, minus how many you've already used.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember how many
I think you used 2.
I know I used one.
That sounds about right. I thought I had marked them on my D&D Beyond character sheet, though.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
D&D.
All right, so I'm going to use 1 die. So I have 2 left now. But here we go. Wow, okay. Well,
Okay, you rolled a 1. That's
Hey, we know how valuable 1 hit point is, so I'll take it.
You know how they call it a baker's dozen? I'm just going to call it a hit points more trick. For the rest of my life, I will always remember that moment where I said, that will be significant later. And then it was. So-
I had 2. Then.
What are we looking at? Is this Mortrick lying down on the ground? I
Yup.
don't know. Playboy Mortrick. Well, at least he has his clothes on now, right?
He's getting crazy.
You
Hopefully.
think he laid down to go to sleep? He took him right back off.
All right. So, Runa, you are keeping watch for everybody else while they short rest.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a.
Well, I'm just gonna head straight into my long rest, and then I'll take last watch.
Am I rolling for survival?
Yeah, survival.
Alright.
Your torch sputters out most of the way through your watch, leaving you in the darkness because Mortrick's dancing lights cut out as soon as he stops concentrating on them. So you know when Mortrick goes to sleep because the light's all out
Right.
1 minute later. You're left in the dark for a few moments. Are you lighting another one?
Not yet.
All right, then you do the rest of your watch. It's dark. It's cool. You know, it's like 55 degrees here. And the remains of the Zorn sit, a couple feet away from you. But other than the slowly spreading smell of Zorn blood ichering its way all over the chamber, it's calm. Your hour passes with no issue.
Cool.
So now everyone is entering into a long rest state, except for Mortrick, who was already long resting.
Yeah.
let's talk about watches.
I'll wake Rick Jacks up.
Okay. So yeah, Rick Jacks will take first and last, just like before. Try to let these guys rest as much as possible.
Does that mean you don't get a? You don't get a rest?
if you do 2-hour watches,
that's right.
you won't get a rest.
I'm gonna take last watch, Rick Jacks,
Okay.
since I already went into long rest.
All right. So yeah, I'm actually going to try to rest because I want to get my spell slots back.
Okay.
So I got first watch.
But I already did first watch.
I got
That
second
was
watch.
the short rest. Now we're doing the.
Well, now we're doing first watch of the long rest.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can't do short rest and a long rest because they're two different things, right? A short rest is like taking a nap, reading a book. A long rest is like having dinner and then laying down to sleep.
Yeah.
So, who's second watch?
I'll take second watch.
Very well. Rick Jacks, go ahead and make your survival check.
Survival. It's just nothing special. Maybe I'll get a good roll. No.
Oh,
Oh jeez.
Why do I exist?
Make a nature check, Rick Jacks.
All right.
That was a natural one for the people at home.
Oh, yes, it was. Definitely.
Hey, let's see if I
My
can do two
favorite
natural
roll.
ones. Yeah.
Not a natural one.
So, Rick Jacks, you take your watch at the southwestern door, and as you're up against it, you suddenly realize that you fell asleep. You're not sure for how long, but you jerk awake as you hear a snuffling noise on the other side of the door. You can hear a creature. It sounds like it's uncomfortable or in pain, scraping up against the door and just taking deep breaths, and you're sure it can smell you on the other side of the door, and you can feel it like pushing against the door, but of course because the hinge goes the other direction, it's not going anywhere. The creature just seems to be repeatedly like pushing up against the door and sniffing. However, for the moment, it doesn't seem like it's going to be able to get in. You could wake everybody up, interrupting their long rest, or you could hope that it just goes away and nothing.
I think I'm going to wait.
You're gonna sneak.
Well, I don't need
wow.
to sneak, but I'm just, if it's there, it doesn't matter. It's when it starts busting through that it matters.
But if you sneak, it won't detect you. Maybe. If I can I offer that advice or no?
You're
if
asleep.
it is advice.
You're asleep.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just like OOC, trying to tactics the game. But sure. Okay.
But okay, so we'll try it. So I'll be careful, trying not to make any noise, and see if I can back up a couple steps, but I don't want to. So we'll just do that. And see, I want to let them sleep. So I'm going to wait.
Okay. All right. Cazador, what do you tell Cazador when you go to wake him up? Because it's still completely black in here, which is no problem for you.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting because we're trying to get the long rest, so I don't want to disrupt their long rest.
Well, he's saying we're at now the.
Yep, we're at the you're swapping over to Cazador.
Oh,
what do you say to him when you wake him up?
Yeah.
You can still hear the creature outside occasionally sniffing.
Yep. So I mean, I definitely tell Kaz, it just be aware it's right out there. So far, it hasn't tried to get in, as far as I can tell. It might even be in pain, but there's just no way for me to know.
As you start talking, you hear like a slamming up against the door over and over again. Doof, doof, doof.
Until now. Okay.
But it doesn't appear to be going anywhere. Like the door is solid and dwarven made. This creature doesn't appear to have capability to open it.
All right.
Okay.
So we'll switch watch, and I'll try to sleep.
Okay.
Try to sleep knowing there's a creature right outside waiting.
Mortrick could do it. He went right to bed.
I mean,
he's
Mortrick
snoring
could
up
do
a storm.
Yeah.
Cazador, what do you do? I mean, who knows what's going on with that door? Just how long will it hold?
Yeah, I'm gonna. How loud do you think it is to lace up my armor? Pretty loud, huh?
No, I mean, you know, there's going to be the sound of you dragging plate over plate at some point, but it already definitely heard Rick Jacks talking, so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna lace up my plate, having taken it off for my short 2-hour rest. I guess my 3-hour rest, whatever it was.
Smart move.
You were sleeping in your armor again for the long rest?
No, I wasn't. So that's why I'm
He
lacing.
wasn't. He's putting the armor on now.
Yep.
If only Hal was here to help you.
If only. He was so helpful.
Hal would be dead by now. I saved his life.
I
So
think the princess saved his life.
Mortrick saved his life when I was about to murder him.
Well,
That's true.
I feel like Mortrick said that in his sleep. I saved his life.
So you spend 10 minutes putting on your armor.
Okay. I'm
Strapping
going
yourself
to.
up, something like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna sort of very quietly try and move.
Oh, it reminds me, I should put the door back in place so you guys can't see past it. That way, you get weirded out. What is on the other side of this door?
Absolutely.
And then I'm gonna try and approach the door here and stand my watch here.
All right. So every few minutes, for the first part of your watch, the door like moves as it gets slammed on, and then after about 20 minutes, you hear a sliding noise, like shh, almost as if like skin is rubbing up against stone, and then like a plodding. Do, 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 do.
Okay. And this entire cave and tunnel network is stone, right? Like the walls are stone.
I mean, as far as you know.
I mean, yeah. As far as I've seen so far.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to continue my watch in quiet.
All right. After 2 hours, your watch is done. Kind of like the night watch.
All right, I'm going to go wake up
It's
Runa.
Runa's third watch. Yep.
Okay. And then I'm going to...
The rest of the watch is passed with that incident.
Okay, wow. That was lucky.
Rick Jackson and Cazador are completely stressed out when they wake up, but everyone's exhaustion has fallen off. All of your hit points are restored, and anybody that had used hit dice gets half of their total hit dice back.
Okay.
Do I get my key points back? I think so,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
almost certainly. Yeah. I think key points might come back on a short rest.
Yes, I would have gotten both back already.
Okay. All right. Feeling good.
Yep, key points come back on a short or long rest. All right, so you all awake. Now, after, hours of wakefulness and fungus and drugs and fighting, you finally got in a solid 8 hours of sleep, and you're just stronger than when you went to sleep. You just feel solid and alive.
I'm gonna light
But
another.
the room smells awful. There's a decomposing Zoran that's melting in the corner. Its body is
this thing
sinking
break down
into the
fast.
stone.
I'm gonna light another torch and then go by this door and kind of see if the whatever it is that I heard is still around.
Are you opening the door to check?
No.
Then you have no idea.
Okay.
So it's a solid door. Like there's no peephole or
Right.
What do you hear?
Nothing.
With your passive perception, you hear nothing.
Rick Jax, do you want to scout out, or am I going to take point?
I'll scout out. Because I'm going to run back here.
All right, I'm going to
For
stand
sign
right.
of any trouble. All right. So
Okay.
if Runa checked, I mean, I don't hear anything either. I assume, or
You hear nothing with
yeah,
your passive.
Runa's passive.
It's just like a
is better than
10.
mine.
Rune is much, much better than yours.
Okay.
You're opening the door?
Yep, I am opening the door.
All right. There are tufts of white fur that sit in cracks along the walls and also along the floor. We're talking fist-sized clumps that are 6 to 8 inches long.
Okay, I'm going into stealth mode. And, one step at a time, I'm just going to start.
I'm gonna go with him and use my
Pass without a trace.
pass without a trace. Yeah.
Rick Jacks. Oh, you're using your pass without a trace, meld with
Yeah, so
earth?
you get a plus
Plus 10 to your stealth. Unfortunately, that will not make a difference with this.
22 stealth? Oh, man. Okay.
So your stealth will become a 29. The issue is that the thing tracking you is tracking you with scent, which is not affected by pass without a trace, I believe.
Gotcha.
It is only tracking you with smell. So as you move forward, Rick Jacks, this corridor appears to be cleaner than the others, except for the white fur that is left at, every few feet you find another clump. The dust here appears to have been removed regularly. The floor is flat and solid. You can see that the walls have carved into them, perhaps like a 1/4-inch depression, depicting a dwarven king in gleaming armor. You can see little shining lines coming off of him. Either that or they're stink lines. Holding a warhammer and pointing towards the ceiling with his other hand. And there's 4 people standing behind them. One of them holds a book. The rest hold a variety of weapons. All of them are lofting them over the head. And they appear to be like defeating a orcish army that is above them. So they're like, we'll defeat you. It's pretty bitchin'. I mean, it's like a 20-foot long mural with gigantic dwarves taking down tiny elves.
Cool. And I don't see any creatures or anything down this hall, right? The 40 feet
Nope.
that I can see? Okay.
That's correct.
Just more trick tripping balls.
Oh my goodness.
It's my new favorite piece of art.
That is awesome.
I always want to go to Fungal Land, man.
More trick. All right. So I just want to go to the corner and just peek around the corner. Did I see anything yet?
In the meantime, can I take a look at this fur that's over here?
Sure. Make a nature check if you want to determine more about it. Cotton, this new thing looks great. I'm going to post it for Bearded. I think that this might be the go-to final one, but of course I want to give everybody a chance to chime in.
Oh wow, that's fantastic.
I'm gonna also look at it.
Where? Discord?
I put it in Roll20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can toss it to you on Discord as well.
I'll see it in Roll20.
It's not Roll20, Twitch chat, but I'll throw it in the POW RPG chat. Boom. I feel like this is a keeper for...
What? That looks fantastic.
Yeah, I feel like that's a solid...
I think we should just have Cotton do the art every week.
He doesn't get to play, she just comes on and does it. All right, so Connor, you never encountered this creature before. You're like, oh, white fur, this is so weird.
Yeah.
Runa, you lived in the mountains, right? If I recall, they're like
Most of my formative years were in the forests and stuff. Yeah.
Oh man, I wrote this down, but I don't remember what it was called offhand. The shock something. Shock Rock Mountains. All right, so I'm assuming that these mountains are on like the north side of the continent.
I think it was Shark Rock Mountain, right?
Shark Rock? Very well.
Yeah.
I
don't remember.
So it's cold up on top of mountains, and sometimes you see things you don't expect. One very crisp morning, you saw a creature that could belong to this fur. From the top of the mountain, you look down over the great sea of the north, and clinging to a iceberg was an enormous white bear that appeared to have black skin. A polar bear. You believe that this creature that you're hunting might be a polar bear.
Do you have any sense of how large
We're on the island again.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's all a dream, guys. Hurley's dreaming us again.
4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42.
Yeah, I'll just put it to my nose and smell it a little bit. And,
It smells horrible. Oh, it smells like waste and vermin, unbathed bear, piss.
Just tell everybody it's a large bear. We should probably be careful going forward.
Brickjacks, as you peer around the next corridor, the symbology changes. It's almost like you're looking at this in reverse. The king and his 4 dwarves have gathered in this particular mural set. On the right hand, they're like in a council, and on the left hand, they're like gathering up other dwarves to their army. So like each of them has gone to a different set of dwarves and is holding a hand out over them and has like little lines indicating speech coming away. This seems to be like a gathering of forces for the dwarves.
Okay. And no creature yet.
No creature.
All right.
Don't worry, I'll let you know when the creature comes, because I'll be like, grr, arg, and then
you'll also say roll initiative.
Yeah. I'm trying to actually be as careful as possible. That's all. So. Okay.
Hey, while they're doing all this,
are you still? You're just hanging out all the way back.
I'm just hanging out. Like I did some before I got dressed. I feel like I want to stress that before I got dressed, I did some morning calisthenics and some toe touches and just all kinds of stuff.
You wanted to get that pop out of your shoulders, just that first morning one. Feel a little tearing blood in your biceps real quick to let you know that you're awake and alive.
Each one of us can't unsee how naked Mortrick is, even though he has clothes on.
I want to go over back into the network. And then,
so that door has been solidly replaced by your dwarven contender.
Okay. Yeah. So in that case, I still have the rubbing, right? And the rubbing matches the domino set up in here.
The dominoes have been scattered, stepped on. A camp was made in the middle of them.
Like somebody was playing the
tremor. What are dominoes made out of?
They appear to be made out of the same white stone that makes up the floor.
How heavy are they?
Each one is probably an inconsequential less than an ounce.
Okay, I'm just gonna stack them up.
As much as a normal domino.
You're just gonna make a gigantic, massive stack of dominoes?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a Jenga tower, then I'm gonna knock it down and make a pyramid, then I'm gonna knock that down, and then
very well.
I'm just
make a dexterity check real quick.
And then before we leave this room, I'm just gonna shove a bunch in my bag. Dexterity check.
Yeah.
For shits and giggles.
What's my?
I just want to know how high you can get this Jenga tower.
Natural 1.
Not that you're gonna have a huge amount of time to do this, but natural 1. He goes to pick. Oh, he's actually pretty good at it. All right, you get a solid base down before you get started. Brickjacks, what's happening with you?
All right. Head to the next corner. Take a look.
This corridor is very long. In it, on the northern side, on the top side, it depicts a dwarf drawing a warhammer out of a stone. So it's like he grips the stone, and then in the next panel, the stone falls away and becomes the warhammer, and then he raises it over his head. On the southern panel, it shows a number of dwarves watching as if they're looking on to the northern paneling, and they're all just shocked. Different ones step forward that you recognize as the warriors who would follow him in the later panels. It seems to be the beginning of the tale here. Okay. The coming of the king. You are now close enough, Rickjacks, that you hear noises. It sounds like snoring.
30, okay. 5, 10, so it's 30 feet away or more. Okay. Bum. Well, I think I'm just going to go forward. We'll go here and take a look.
Okay. Can you see from there? Yeah, you peek around the corner. It is difficult to see any farther from there.
All right.
From the location that you're currently at,
Okay.
you view a stone door that has a lock on your side, and then an iron door beneath it. So this is the iron door. The stone door you can barely see over here.
Okay.
The doorway that is right here, the door appears to have been removed and slammed on the ground in front of you. You don't see the sleeping creature, but you still hear its snores.
Okay. Now, is my stealth and hiding, is that all the same ability?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so one more step forward to see if I can see more in the room.
You see a greater distance into this room. Now that you've gotten a better look at the room itself, it is completely empty except for a scattering of rats, dead rat bones all over the place. Droppings. It looks like piss and poop is thrown everywhere. Large piles of poop, like much larger than a human could make. On the very far side of the room, there appears to be a door on the southern entry. It's an iron door that looks as if it is stuck in place. It has swelled to be too large for the frame.
All right, and still no sign of any creatures.
You
But
can hear a snoring, but you can't see it yet.
All right, so I'm going to assume, or can I do like an insight check to see if it's just around the corner to my left there? You know what I mean?
Definitely around the corner to your left, 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
No insight is needed.
All right. All right. So I think I'm going to sneak back and let the folks know, let the team know.
Someone let me know that Pass Without a Trace does add to your stealth score, even if it's for smell.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fantastic. All right.
You
So I'm
encounter
gonna,
Runa.
yeah.
As Runa moves further forward and forward, the torchlight is reflecting off of all of the walls, and you realize that at some point it might disturb the sleeping creature.
Yep. So we both head back then, like we're scooting back. All right. So I'll let Cazador know at least what I've seen. You know, maybe the images spark a memory for him or whatever. And I'm whispering, by the way. So I'm open to suggestions. What do we want to do as a group?
What do you think are the chances of us sneaking past it? I couldn't see the layout of the room, so I don't know if there's a passage to bypass this bear.
Does Runa still have, like, how long does that last, that pass without trace?
I think it's like an hour.
We have a chance. I mean, if it does help smell, then it's possible. But it's a creature, so creatures have pretty good senses.
Well, I guess
try.
I'll go first. Mortrick takes the rear, or you want to take the rear, Rick Jax?
I feel like Rick Jax is better in the back because he has who has the better perception, actually?
Runa and
I have the better passive perception.
yeah.
What's your passive perception, Rick Jax?
11, I believe.
Oh,
He's got-
I'll take the
he's
rear
got
then. I've got 15.
You've got the highest perception, I think.
Yeah, so I'll take the rear.
Where is my passive?
On D&D Beyond.
On D&D.
D&D Beyond.
Oh, it's 12 now.
They broke 10 million today.
Yeah, on Critical Role.
Crazy
Saw
times.
that.
It was actually 10 million almost during the episode, and now Travis has to go through a haunted house in front of all of his friends,
Saw that.
screaming and crying. He's not the person on that cast I would have thought would have trouble with the haunted house.
That's true.
Still
It's
working
just
my way through the
terrifying.
latest episode. I'm only like 2 hours in, but it seems like it's a good one because Ashley Johnson's back.
Yeah.
Really, Ashley Johnson is the cottontailed of Critical Role.
She really is.
So, talk to me about this formation. Mortrick is somewhere.
I'm
Yeah,
in the
Mortrick,
middle.
where are you going? Move on up.
Oh, sorry.
Mortrick is
Does-
busy drawing, so he forgot that his
Yeah,
character.
yeah.
I just stayed in the room. I'm still playing Jenga.
I'll just go behind Kaz.
So, I mean, I thought you'd only have a few seconds, but you actually had several minutes, so you have a considerable Jenga tower.
I'll be like, guys, look at it. Guys, where are you going? Come back. Look at the... Fine.
Shut up.
Cazador, I need you to make a stealth check at disadvantage for your armor.
Of course.
Boom, bum, bum,
Right, I'm
bum.
gonna-
My pleasure.
And then add 10.
You already had cast meld with stone before he was anywhere nearby. It's a 4. Okay, so you're just, when you walk forward, it just clank, clonk,
But
clank.
doesn't he just have to be around me?
No, he has to be within the casting area when you start.
I actually was,
Well then,
because I was behind him.
your 4 becomes a 14. You go to take a step, and you're like, it's gonna make a clank clunk. I know it, and it's like, clunk, clunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just an area of effect, and any person I choose within 30 feet of me.
Right, they have to have been there when the casting started.
Because I was,
But
I
he
was
was
like,
there when the casting started, and I'll accept that.
Mortrick wasn't though. We'll see.
Well,
Okay.
Mortrick was making a Jenga tower, so
Yeah, let's make it. Does Runa have her torch up?
Yes.
yes.
All right, then I'm not gonna do lights.
Steadily,
Here
Gaz makes his way down the tunnel
is my stealth check.
with his shield and hammer ready, like it's like the classic, D&D
Do you have dark
shot,
vision?
right?
I
Me?
mean, you're 100% the dwarven fighter.
Yeah.
This is actually
Every stereotype.
this scene right here would have worked perfectly in Record of Lodos Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just the guy advancing, while the shitty human character's all the way in the back, and he's just like, "Hey guys, is that a dragon up ahead?"
I'm gonna douse my
Check out
torch.
my Jenga tower.
All we need is to have an elf girlfriend show up and be like, "I'm way cooler than everybody else here. I can use a bow and sword and magic, bitch."
I'm gonna douse my torch.
All right, you douse the torch. That drops you and Mortrick both into complete darkness.
Who's right in front of me? Rick Jacks?
As I'm moving forward, I
I'm
grab
gonna put my
Runa's
hand on.
I'm gonna put my hand on Rick Jacks' shoulder then.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
put my hand on Kaz's shoulder.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so all of you are traveling in a Mambo line then?
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, Kazar, you tell me when you want to stop moving somewhere, and we'll have everybody move into Mambo formation.
What do I see when I pass down this tunnel? I see more of this
you're
mural
seeing
thing.
the formation of the dwarves here, along the walls. The Dwarven King, in reverse, instead of rising, he's becoming a regular normie dwarf who hasn't drawn the Warhammer out yet.
So, do I recognize any of these carvings from?
Make a history check.
Alright.
You can't add a +10 to your stealth score with that. With a 4, you do not have any idea who these dwarves are, and nor do you care.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, dwarven history? Who gives a shit about this?
Yeah,
Not the time. Not the time.
You know what? It actually is probably more like this. You go to try to remember it, and you get like a headache, and
Right.
there's like several flashbacks of you like drinking with somebody. Then there's like you talking with someone, and suddenly their head explodes. There's a shadowy tentacle comes out of it, and it's like a cantaloupe. And this thing just like rips the body back into the darkness, and you're just like, oh my god! You get a shot of your eyes super wide, your face pale, screaming and running into the darkness, and then you flash out of your flashback, and you're like, nope, Dwarven history, not my thing. You have a desperate need to take a drink out of that alcohol.
I do. Then I grab the flask, take a quick sip, as I move
Unsteadily. Fortify yourself.
forward. All right.
You let me know when you want to stop, and everybody else can snap in behind you.
Okay. I took down this hall, and I stopped to let everybody
Alright.
catch up.
Oh,
I'm gonna
my
move
hand's
everybody.
just like on. Yeah. I think we're all moving together. Yeah.
That's correct, but nobody can see anything anymore.
True.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and remove your sight. Because I mean like that. That should
Yeah.
cast her into the darkness.
Always a good reminder.
Okay. So I'm gonna peer down into this room, gigantic room.
Yes.
Silence does not sound good.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. You can hear the snoring sound in the room.
Okay.
You can see dozens, and as you step in, there is a gigantic, majestic polar bear lying on its side, breathing heavily. It looks as if it's been wounded slightly. There's tufts missing from its fur. It's got a scar over one of its eyes. It's breathing heavily. And there is a giant pile of bear scat behind it. Like it must have felt before it went to sleep.
Do I see any kind of restraints or like any indication to
This entire room is completely smooth. It's super weird. There's no way a room this big should have literally nothing in it. But that is how it goes.
Be like, Rick Jacks, what do you see? What do you see, Rick Jacks?
Shh.
Rick Jacks, what do you see?
The bear begins to toss in its slumber.
So I'm also going to look
Very
around.
close to waking up.
Yeah, I just want to see if there's any indication that this thing has been whipped or like it's been controlled by another, like a master of any kind.
Sure, make a nature check. Natural 1, my friend. Yeah, I mean, you look around and you come to the conclusion that this bear must be mind controlled. Someone must have placed it here, and this bear is completely under the control of a dark sorcerer, probably Hal.
A fiend of some kind.
Oh yeah, no, you suspect a dark fiend somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
you know that only a killing machine with claws this size. Like, you take a close look at it, those are banana-sized claws with the sharpness of a razor. The only time you've ever seen something this horrendous was during that horrifying flashback scene where you're attacked by a shadowy legion from beyond the obsidian gate.
Right. So
Yeah, you're like, oh shit, this is a shadow demon controlled bear. Okay? I don't know shit about polar bears. That is a shadow demon spawn.
I say it just got real, and then I charge in. And
What?
Charge in.
Charge into what?
into
All
the
right.
bear.
Everybody
Yeah,
roll
'cause I mean-
initiative. Cazador, you get a surprise attack on the bear.
Because that's
I
what
can't see shit.
I know, because you turned off all of your lights.
Kaz.
Well, I mean, Gaz has to do this now.
Maybe kill the fiend instead of the bear. The bear didn't do shit. It's just being controlled.
Yeah, why are you so mean to animals?
Because it's still, I mean,
I don't even want to fucking hear. Don't even. Don't even.
Wait, did you not clear it from last time?
I'm clearing it now.
Oh.
Can I stop him before he does this?
You can't even see him.
I have my hand on his shoulder.
I mean, you can't stop him because by the time you know anything's wrong, he's already away from you.
God damn it.
You hear him bellow. "Rah!"
Fuck.
Murder hobo.
this is what this is given the role that he just had.
It's
I think
perfect.
this is what Kaz would do.
It's
So,
perfect. It's perfect.
Kaz needs to heal the wounds in his heart.
That's right.
By killing.
By killing bears.
I mean, that is the theme of this genre, the past. Overcome killing a shadow spawn bear, obviously. It's totally heroic.
I'll just
right?
yell, Kaz, no! And I just see like a flash of Drax jumping into the beginning of Guardians 2.
All right, you get a first strike, Cazador. It is prone and asleep.
Roll a natural 1. That would be amazing. Do it, Kaz.
You would have to roll 2 natural ones. You have advantage on this, so.
Kaz, no!
And I'm gonna let's see.
Rick Jax has a 12. There we go. I got it. We got everybody in here. Man, I don't know that I have a song for murdering a sleeping bear.
I don't think there is a song for that.
Look, there is a song for everything. It might not be
You might have found your match.
audio, but
Yeah, I'm gonna go straight for its bear skull.
a 17 will hit.
And I'm gonna use goading
Okay.
strike, which is I'll paste it up in the thing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You'll have me, bear, or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. When a creature you hit with a weapon attack, you expend a superiority die to goad it into attacking you. You add superiority die to the roll. Go ahead and do that.
Okay.
And then it will make a wisdom save.
made the mistake of pressing up.
The bear is locked on target.
Okay.
So you slam into the bear's skull. There's a cracking noise. Blood begins dripping out of one of its ears. And it begins swiping at you. And you know that bear is fucking locked on you.
Okay.
We're
I'm gonna
murder
go
target
to
number one.
Well, I'm going to use action surge.
Oh my god, what an asshole. Go ahead. You still have advantage. Yeah, 23 will hit.
And
You're like, no, I goading strike it again.
okay, I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone.
I stack shouts, and then I use Anchor Howl to move to the top of the threat table.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, that's right. You don't play MMOs, so you don't know anything about cool taunt names or threat tables.
No.
Mortrick, you hear random angry dwarven shouting,
Like
slamming.
Like Rick Jackson. All right, fine. Tell me what's going on.
You can't see anything. It's dark, and you have your
I know
hand.
that's what I'm telling Rick Jackson.
Kazador ran in. I think he's attacking the bear.
More
so-
chick, we need your lights.
Yeah, turn on your lights.
Can they respond to me on my turn?
Yes. So they all appear next to you, and then you can use a bonus action.
No. I mean, like, if they tell me.
Yeah. You have 6 seconds. I feel like this will be very quick right here. Though.
Okay, yeah, and then I'll put up my lights to see what's going on.
You do your Thanos snap. The lights appear. All of the lights.
There's a corner. I can't see around the corner.
Neither can Runa.
Well, you can go through our space, so run in there.
Can't see anything right now.
What? You're out of your goddamn
Has his ability to see back on.
What do you take me for, Kaz?
If you think I'm gonna in the middle of the shit, I don't remember that song at all.
You can see again now, right, Runa?
Yes.
Excellent.
Can I see that spot to put one there?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I'll do that since that's everywhere I can see.
And I feel like this is a great time to take our break.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we were so far into that.
Yeah.
Next up will be Cazador's turn again.
Really? Oh, that's how that works?
Yeah.
you get the
I mean,
free
you got a
attack
surprise
plus
attack
an
in this
advantage.
combat.
And you have a.
You're like, I'll attack and then I'll action surge again, guys. No big deal.
Get out of that
Kill a bear by myself.
Yeah.
You know what they say? Let sleeping bears die. We'll be back in about 8 minutes, but probably slightly longer than that for the second half. Maybe we'll get some more Cottontailed art. She's currently busy wrangling a kid. Have we impressed Cotton's mom? I don't know. We'll find out more when we return. D&D Beyond.
Cotton's mom is
Break
just
time.
like face palming right now.
What is
I mean, I'll also turn everything on. Look at how everything it is. You know what they say, if you want to make a cake from scratch, you must invent the universe. So, you know, sometimes with these second halves, I like to do a second set of intros. But I do want to, before I do that, address something that you had said, Shep, about having more viewers during the break. I had a show called Okeanos. Before Okeanos, it was rare for my intros to go more than 5 minutes. Intros were pretty fast, maybe 20 at the most. Okeanos started setting records of like 40, 50, 1 hour long intros to the point where people would show up and would only watch the intro. We'd get up to like 20, 30 viewers. And then as soon as the intro was over, it would drop down to like 10 to 15. There were people who only showed up for the podcast and then left once the role-playing game started.
Wow.
So I feel you, brother. Like, people are weird. And weird shit happens when you throw a break screen up. Who knows what could happen? Second, let's talk about an interesting professional moment that we've had during the last week. You know, maybe all of y'all are working on confidential stuff that you can't share, but perhaps you have one moment, one epiphany, or interesting thing that you did that you can post up here. Maybe even a learnable moment that you can pass along. I mean, I taught Mick how to not be passive aggressive to players who will clearly not respond to that behavior.
Mick has learned, you know what? He's going to see what happens anyway. But Mick is also assuming that when like they finally play that game in like a month's time, he'll forget everything he learned from AP.
I mean, it's easy. If someone clearly doesn't want to be there, then
they'll stop going.
Oh, Bearded, you're so deep, brother.
I'll say this one helpful tip is make note of all your reference, because who knows, maybe 4 or 5 years later, that thing that you had reference for that was perfect for a different project that never happened is actually perfect for your current thing that you're working on.
My goodness.
So
wow,
think about that. Yeah, I think that's one thing.
I got
nothing. Nothing? No learnable moment? No professional achievement? Okay. Bearded, do you have anything? You're just holding it together, trying to keep that background from falling?
Yep. Sky's falling, guys. I've started to do more freelance recently, so learning how to, interact with a company that you don't currently work for and all the people...
You doing contracting work?
Yeah. Yep. And all the people that you need to please and get assets to and whatnot. So it's definitely been a learning experience to try to navigate all of that for sure. But it's fun. Sometimes you get a really, really good company that you just enjoy working for and it just works really smoothly. And other times you just get a company where it's just all roadblocks. So learning how to manage all that is part of the game.
Just if you don't like roadblocks, don't work for the federal government. Is this your guys' first album right here?
Oh, look at that.
Hell yeah.
Looking at?
Can we please make that into a finished piece?
I'll keep working on this one. Yeah.
With detail.
I want to know what, because I don't know
the
the album.
I'll do all the pencils up on this one.
All right. I'll do the inks on it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Oh, we're trying to know what collaborative piece?
Connor can do the color.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I want to know what the background is. Is it going to be these mines, or is it going to be?
Oh, that'd be funny.
Yeah, I'd like the dwarven mural that AP described there.
Oh, that would be a good background.
Yeah,
yeah.
Super sick.
And right through there. Yeah.
All right. I mean, sounds like you guys have.
Yeah.
I can't wait until I see this final finished work. Here it was at the beginning of the show. I was like, I'm going to start doing better descriptions with more evocativeness. And now you guys are like, oh, man, let's draw that thing that he described that evokes things. And I'm like, yes, fucking nailed it. That's my professional achievement, ladies and gentlemen. Not teaching Mick something that he immediately ignored.
Oh, don't worry, AP. I know that well.
Well, He did have a thing where he was like, I'm being passive aggressive with somebody, but I feel like I should reward them when they did something good. And I'm like, but if 90% of what they do is bad, don't reward them for the one good thing. You should talk to them and be like, hey, man, let's get on the same page. And he's like, no, I think I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. The other thing, though, was like how to reward someone who, with more than just experience points and not money. And I was like, favor. You reward people with favors and access.
Yeah, so like the character they were talking to, when like the interaction I want to reward, I was gonna use that guy as that patron, is what they call it. So the patron himself is the reward, I guess. Yeah.
Sometimes when you go to save the princess from the castle is the thing that you receive at the end. I know.
I'm uncomfortable with that. That makes me.
Really? You're uncomfortable? That is a fact.
That's what makes you uncomfortable?
That is physically what happens when you save a princess from a castle. You then have one princess in your inventory.
You just put her in her sack.
That is an indisputable fact.
I don't know if she's missing agency here, guys.
I mean, her agency is she was captured and now she's free.
But being in your sack is not free.
Well, look, you're the one that put her in a sack, okay? I
Careful, Beardy. Careful.
I just said
somebody
she's
put
on
her
your
in the sack.
inventory sheet, okay?
Yeah, isn't that that's the sack?
Is that what you call your inventory sheet? I mean, there's more than just a sack on your inventory sheet. You can have pockets. You can have a bag of holding. You can have it strapped to your back. You can be carrying it. You can be juggling it.
So that's how I'm
letting it walk beside you.
Yeah. Look, in this scenario, Hal is a princess that you saved from a castle. The castle being Apple Valley.
Oh, okay.
And by save, you just hired him and moved him away, and then abandoned him.
I didn't
in
abandon
the country.
He wasn't abandoned.
He was kicked aside.
He was given a greater purpose. Instead of helping,
God, Nick, have you ever considered becoming an evil villain's Grand Vizier? He was driven to greater purpose.
Hello, Yago.
You are the
He's Jafar now. All right.
Can't say Grand Vizier without talking about Jafar.
Oh, there are many villainous Grand Viziers, good sir.
Name a good Grand Vizier.
There were several within, I believe, several of the near Eastern empires, like the Byzantine. You could have good viziers, okay? I'm sure the Sassanids had several viziers of acceptable level. You only hear the bad ones because we associate viziers with evil, kind of like how we associate, empresses with evil, or evil queens with Disney. You see Queen on the screen? She's probably evil.
Probably.
That's true.
You want to be a good person? You're a princess. Queen, evil. I guess what we've really learned today is that growing up makes you evil.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's just the fact that you're older.
Speaking of evil, let's talk about Cazador and this bear.
That's right. That's right. I was pummeling its skull over and over and over.
I feel like this bear should get advantage when it beats Kaz's ass because of that.
All right, Cazador, it's you. What do you want to do?
Let me get out my character sheet.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Do you have a bear fighting skill?
I took a new feat, guys.
You say that, but in a game like Burning Wheel, bear fighting could easily be a skill that you fork into killing bears with.
Skill's called Bear Grylls.
If I think this thing...
Bear Grylls survived falling 16,000 feet on a non-working parachute, had his spine ruptured, and then got back up and made a TV show about being Bear Grylls.
I don't
ever want to fall 16,000 feet. I don't even like being a 15,000 foot up airplane.
I don't even like falling 5 feet.
Yeah, exactly. I like gravity to keep a nice gentle hold on me at all times.
There's this frisbee golf course in Emporia that you don't ever leave the ground. I'm just walking, but it's on these kind of like hills and cliffs and just the open sky of Kansas, and I already have panic attacks, and like I'm not even off the ground.
The open sky of Kansas. That is an open sky. There are many states around Kansas, so I don't feel like it's that open, but the sky can be open.
Yeah.
Speaking about opening things, what's about this bear?
Kaz is still opening his character sheet.
I was going to say, if I think it's a fiend, I should have advantage on my attacks.
You clearly see it, the bear.
What you believe and what actually it is are not the same thing.
Yeah, but the character thinks, and it's a grudge.
Just because you think you have advantage doesn't mean you have advantage.
Well, so
because
I think
the character thinks it's a fiend doesn't make it a fiend.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, the character thinks he has advantage.
I mean, so far you've had. I want to point out, it's still prone. You've had advantage the whole time. So as far as you know, you have maximized your fiend fighting skills. Now you've unlocked the art of killing fiends somehow.
Right.
Maybe it's literally just been years of playing over your nightmares in your mind, and you're like, oh, that hurt that fiend. That's how you do it. You have to hit it that way. And now you're bringing it to bear on this poor bear.
Wow.
I was gonna heal the bear too.
I mean, there's no time to hear the bear. All right, 7 more points of damage. You want to action surge and hit him again?
I think I just used it.
Do it. You just fuck
This is a new turn for you.
Yeah, but I only have one action surge.
Oh well, then no, you don't have another one then.
Yeah.
Also,
Right?
haha, suck it.
I'm pretty sure you only get one action surge ever. Right?
That doesn't sound right.
No, you get more when you level.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Well, later anyway, I guess.
Yep.
Not at level 4.
And
And then I'm going to enter a Tunnel Fighter.
at 17th level, you get another action surge.
Okay, so it's like, never.
All right, you go into Tunnel Fighter. Rick Jax.
What you doing?
Lights have popped into existence all around you, Rick Jax.
Yep.
You
Oh.
walk around the corner. Castor is
1, 2,
fucking this
3,
bear.
4.
Castor is one-handing his warhammer over and over again into this bear that is rolling
Be
around.
gone, fiend!
All right, so I moved my 5 spots, and I'll fire my firebolt at the bear. Where is it?
That's not how you do it, Rick Jax. You get it in the skull.
Hey, I'm looking. Can a bear laugh? That would be pretty funny.
I believe Tasha's hideous laughter must target humanoids, but
Contrary to popular belief, animals in this game do have feelings.
Okay.
Luckily, it's only in this game.
it is a creature, and a creature. It has to be an intelligence score 4 or greater. Sorry, 5 or greater.
Yeah, 5 or greater.
So you have to guess whether this bear has an intelligence score 5 or greater.
I'm sorry,
A
Cotton. I'm
13.
doing my best.
Is good enough to hit for 8 points of damage. You splash on its face, and its hair just immediately ignites and then gutters out. The bear's like, ah, ah. The bear rights itself and moves on Cazador. It is in fuck you up mode, Cazador. This is the most upset creature you've ever seen. You've cracked its skull. You can see like pieces of its skin are flayed off. Now it's set on fire. The smell now is horrendous. It is truly awful to smell live burning fur. And then it reaches out with claws the size of fucking bananas and a paw the size of your head and goes. It's cool. You goaded it into this, so everything will be fine, right?
Right. Natural.
Well, the good news is that the bite doesn't hit. The bad news is that the claw hits, and that's the real damage here.
As usual.
It's like taking a punch from Runa, but like twice as worse.
It smacks you in the head for 13 points of damage. You feel the claw rake across your armor. Ah! Your whole head is shaking from the vibrations of claws just right over your head.
Someone rung the Liberty Bell.
Yeah.
Bing!
Runa,
I like it.
you can hear fighting, shouting, slamming, and a bear roaring to life.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
You rush into the room. Mortrix lights guide you with what little light remains.
Kaz, stop! 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'll try to grapple him.
You're gonna hold Kaz back?
Yeah.
Might
All right.
be too late for that.
Let's see here. Let me pull out my good old handy grapple rules.
You can roll athletics.
Let me quick search through past grappler for the last instance of grappling. The target of your grapple must know you're good. You make a strength athletics checks, and Cazador defends with strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics.
Fuck.
That is a improbably bad roll. That's an 8. Cazador, how would you like to defend? Athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
All right. Yeah. Runa comes up behind you and gets the hands around you, and you're just like,
The fiend must be thwarted!
you're in fiend fighting mode now. You're like, you will not take me. Runa, what else do you want to do?
Can't really do anything else.
Okay, more trick. Some wild shit is going on. Kaz is struggling with Runa. You hear a lot of, and Runa was like, "Stop, Kaz, stop!"
There's no torch on, right, Runa?
That's correct.
Alright, so I need to move my lights in. I'm just like, what is going on in here?
There is bear poop, rat skeletons, piss.
How far can I move my lights? Because
I believe they can move 20 feet.
20.
It's getting unbearable in here.
So I still can't.
Yeah, that's right. Good. It's unbearable. Yes.
Okay, so my furthest light was right there. It moved 20. So the furthest I can get a light is there.
You should have a pretty good view of what's going on, however. Right, almost certainly from that light position.
Actually, I can just barely see Kaz from here.
Yeah, I just want to say in chat, there's Bear Pawed Gamer, and she is, of course, rooting for the bear.
I also root for the bear.
They-
Like, what did Kaz do? And then that's it. That's what I'm doing.
Very well. Cazador, somehow it has rolled around to be your turn again.
Wow.
Remember that one plan we had to like scoot by this thing?
I don't remember that ever being a plan.
Yeah, we didn't have a.
That might have been a plan you had in your head, but I don't think it was.
No, we had
I
talked
cast
about it.
Pass Without a Trace. We talked about
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Well, I mean, Pass Us Out of Trace is long gone.
it. It stays for an hour.
I mean, it only lasts until you stop bear attacking.
I'm not attacking the bear.
Oh, okay, Pass Without a Trace for Cazador is gone.
Okay.
Runa, get your hands off me! Didn't you know what this kind of thing is? And I
It's
go
a
for it.
bear.
And I'm gonna do.
7 points of damage, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Smash the bear on the head once again. It slowly stumbles to the ground majestically on its four legs. And then its tongue lolls out the side of its mouth as it starts breathing heavily. You've knocked the bear unconscious. Without treatment, it will die very shortly. Would you like to give it a finishing blow, Cazador?
I continue pummeling it until I try and find the brain.
Wham!
I stop
It's
him.
gone. No.
No.
You tried. You're still trying to get your arms around him, and he's still wham! The bear is dead, Cazador. The bear is dead.
And then I try searching for some kind of evidence of, like,
Fiend.
possession.
There is a giant pile of poop behind it.
No, I'm going to search the body, like, see if
Sure.
there's anything
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
I'm gonna check these doors.
I'm gonna like crouch next to the bear and see. I can't really do much at this point. I'm
I mean,
crushed its head.
Cazador, who knows how demonic possession would work on an animal? I mean, you're clearly no bear expert since you failed 2 nature checks in regards to the bear.
And
I knew
guess
what it was.
You're not sure. Suddenly you're like you're not sure that it was demonically possessed. Now you're like, there's no brimstone, there's no shadow.
I don't see anything. All right, I don't know.
You think maybe you might have made a mistake.
It's possible, but it's dead now, and that's all that.
Oh, it's so dead, very dead.
All right.
So I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna pat Kaz on the shoulder and be like, "You feel good now, big man? You feel tough?"
I did what I had to do.
No, I'm totally on your
Kill
side.
the defenseless animal.
The first defenseless animal is always the toughest one. You get super used to it after that.
I don't even know why I put up with both of you.
Tell that to my
just
helmet.
walk
I think
away.
the thing raked across my head, and
Because you attacked it first.
Yeah,
I'm just
that's
saying.
what enraged it.
That's not defenseless. And so I walk over to, I don't know, the doors by.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's so ass backwards.
That's why I walk over. And I'm checking out these doors.
So Rick Jacks, you're rolling investigation to search around the room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought you said yeah, but I didn't hear any noise. But you
Yeah.
look like you're also swallowing something.
And
Okay. All right. As you roam around the room investigating, there's a lot of bear scat. You think that this bear was probably starving and dying in here. It looks like it had trouble getting out. There's only one passageway it could exit from. As you move towards the southern door, your investigation, like you are about to step on it when you don't. You stop. There's a depressed tile, and you realize that this southern door right here, there's a trap that will cause the tile, the block above the door to fall down in a 10-foot radius and like crush everything around it. It would deal enormous damage and of course block off the southern door entirely if it went off.
Hey, Kaz, there's a trap. We know it's there. Do you want to go over there and set it off?
I will draw the trap's range right here. It's in this area.
Can I kneel down and take some of the incense that I have out of my bag and light it in front of the bear?
Yes, it immediately smells slightly better. Would you like to perform a prayer service for the bear?
Yeah.
All right, make a religion roll. That's a natural 1.
I'm telling you, it's a theme.
You are so enraged you can't even get the words formed in your mind. You were just having so much trouble focusing. No one ever listens to you in this party, and they're always killing animals.
So I'm looking at these doors on the left.
So the northern door on the left has a locked stone door. The lock is on your side. The southern western door is a iron door which has swelled in its frame and is now unable to open. It's too large.
Okay. Rick Jack, so what do you see over there? What you say it's a trap?
That's what I see. I'm trying to inspect, see if I can figure out a way to disarm it or set it off. Because I have my mage hand.
Just to be clear, if you set it off, you will block the corridor forever, right? You'll have a block that will, a 10-foot large block that now stops and keeps you from moving forward.
Yeah.
Literally, the whole ceiling just falls down and blocks the passageway.
Okay. So yeah, I pass that on.
You can attempt to disarm it using Mage Hand, of course. If you want to intentionally set it off, that's one thing, right? You can just be like, whoop, it'll fall, nothing happens. That, obviously the block will be there forever, but...
Okay. So Kaz, I think we should try the other door first because this one is trapped. And perhaps I can disarm
Okay,
maybe
turn
not.
towards Kaz, and you just say, it's trapped.
Yeah. It's trapped.
Everyone's like, Kaz, it's trapped. And you're like, Kaz, it is trapped.
Kaz, if you want to go first, you be my guest.
I'll go first through the other door.
Which door?
Top,
All right.
top.
All right. That door is locked on your side,
Yeah.
so you can unlock it easily.
Yeah, I unlock it.
Okay.
Then I open it.
Yep. Only give me a minute to...
Just make sure
In
that
a minute. Jeez. I'm also keeping up with the map making as we continue to explore.
All right. Sorry, just finishing up the reveals so that you'll be able to move forward. And then we've got that thing there.
What kind of hallway is this that we see before us? Is it like the other ones?
So this one is quite different. Rather than, well, it's different than this particular room. It's not clean. It's very dirty. It looks like no one has traversed through here in some time. This particular one has Dwarven script written along the wall. Since the walls here are 10 feet high, that is quite a lot of script, right? Like a human hand level all the way down to the bottom from the top on each wall.
Okay. Can I try and read some of what I can see right now?
Yeah, make a religion check.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm on another page. What is your result?
5.
These are religious prayers to the god of justice. I mean, you don't even remember that guy's name.
Okay.
There are very detailed speakings about the way that law should be carried out within this cult. So it describes this place as the Shrine of Laos and then lays out a contractual obligation to all who remain here. And then it is dense. I mean, we're talking about an informational density of, refer back to paragraph 3, section 1, as to the regards of residents and the placement of their waste bins. Right? Like,
Yeah.
This is a homeowner's agreement written into the walls of the very foundation.
I love it. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to step forward and see what's... Okay. Rick Jax, do you want to take point or will I?
Yeah, I think I can take point just because I can see further. How do I get move my guy? Here we go. Alright, just hang back. Let me take a look. Oh, I'm going to go in stealth mode.
Okay.
So here comes my roll.
Runa is still concentrating, so you all have plus 10. All right.
Okay.
Rick Jax, as you step forward, you begin seeing these writings. There is almost a runic reverence in the way that they're written. Everything is perfectly spaced in a way that must have taken an incredible amount of time to get correct, right? When you write something in stone, it's not like you can just erase it or Control-Z it, right? That is there forever. So they have perfectly, everything is like 1/4 inch offset from the next one. There's a whole inch space between one word and the next. Each line is perfectly straight. It is incredible, the level of stonework that you're looking at here as you creep through the corridors. Once more, for some reason, this you've seen this through this whole place before. This is not one of those shifted corridors you've seen before, right? For some reason, all the dwarven corridors here serpentine and labyrinth on themselves. It's very odd.
Okay. So, obviously, I'm going to try not to be distracted, but I'm super impressed by the stonework because deep gnomes love stonework too. But let's kind of keep.
What do you think, Rick Jax? Have you seen anything like this in Blindenstone?
Well, we have some stuff that I would say surpasses it, but it's been a while.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that indeed.
Well, we'll see. Blingdenstone, last I heard, I don't know. It could be completely raised. I don't know. But we got a job to do. Let's kind of keep going forward.
I'd like you to make a stone cutting check here real quick, Cazador. And you might as well make one as well, Rick Jax. Make a history check at proficiency. And for you, Cazador, you actually get double proficiency if you already have history.
At proficiency?
I don't already have history.
Okay. Yes.
How do I add proficiency? I
just roll it and we'll add your +2 or +3, whatever it is.
Okay.
I turned proficiency on, so don't add it on mine.
Okay. All right. Yeah, as both of you begin creeping around the corridors, it occurs to you why these hallways are curved like this. The stone here has been smooth, but you begin to see places where this is a strike. Like, this isn't just stone that they carved through. They were following a stone vein, and you can see like streaks of red and then a streak of green where they might have got some like mitocline and some iron over here. Like, this was a vein, and they followed it, and then they turned it into the hall home of the Shrine of Laos. So Rictex, you find a corridor that's perfectly straight. Like, this could not have been following a strike. This is, someone carved this to be a straight line.
Okay. And
This
nothing
homeowner's agreement is still on the walls here. I mean, you're looking at incredible informational density, dozens of feet long, with 10-foot tall walls, 1-inch sized font. Hundreds of pages of text are written on the walls around you.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, I would talk about it, but I'm still trying to be quiet.
You're like, oh, this is so cool. And Kazler's just like, I do not want to know what you have to pay in taxes every year to stay here. Like, why do they have a bracketing system? Why can't they just have a flat tax? Rictex, you reach the end of the corridor here, and the text suddenly ends as once more it turns into a strike zone where there's like a rainbow sheen color that has been smoothed over and turned into decoration. It seems like the corridor serpentines on itself.
Okay.
You are outpacing the rest of your party, however. Mortrick and Rin are being left behind.
I was just going to suggest if I could do like a sign language to Cazador to get the rest of the group that we're safe to come to this.
All right, show me what this sign language is, because your party has not developed an individual party sign language.
Yeah, I mean, I know he can see me, I guess, dimly. It's 50 feet. I think he can see me fine, right? So
I can
Yes.
see you.
Yep,
Yeah.
he can see 60 feet.
So I don't know. I probably would just like circle the group, point to where they are, tell them to come in, but be quiet. That's the best I can do right now.
That's
Yeah,
pretty good.
We should develop a sign language.
Okay,
Yes, it's a really cool thing to do.
I go back. All right. Hey guys, we've got a long path down here, and we may as well take it out. I think there's a shrine to Laos.
Did you find some more bears to murder?
No bears, thankfully.
That's true. I hate for you to have to murder another one. I actually don't care. I'm just on Runa's side on this, just to be difficult, Kaz.
I know Mortrick that you like to be difficult.
Oh my god.
So let's go. So I keep going.
Runa, you're pulled out of your meditations by the rest of your party talking around you.
So what else was in this room? Just the trapdoor door, right?
And the poop.
And the poop.
And, of course, the door that's wedged in place and
Yeah.
needs to be forced open.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also a bear, a bear carcass.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to have to be the one to say it, but skinned bear properly tanned is worth a lot of money. I mean, not that you guys have leatherworking equipment, but you could sell it to someone if you could get it there quickly.
I kind of feel like maybe not this one.
Okay, all right. I mean, it's your choice.
I mean, I think it's Runa's choice.
I mean, Runa's Choice is a movie that I would watch. She has to choose between saving an animal or saving a little one, and she's like, I can't do it! They're the same! All creatures are the same!
I'm going to put what's left of the incense in between the bear's fingers and then stand up and do one final quick prayer. And then I guess look at my surroundings and see where everybody else is going.
It looks like Mortrick is having his lights float slowly around the room, super eerily. In like formation, they're all moving like waves, like swish, swish.
Is this the door you guys went through?
Yes, they went through the northern door.
Yeah.
Cazador, you went to go get the rest of the party. It's been like 2 minutes. They haven't
Are you
showed
back
up
yet?
I'm waiting.
Oh, I'm gonna say, Runa, I think we probably should go, but that's a real nice thing. And then I'm just gonna leave. go out the door.
Oh,
Portrait walks away, snapping his fingers as the lights begin to follow him.
Yeah, I'll follow the last light out.
Man, the last light out should be the name of your second volume. No, it's the name of Runa's single. First hit single. It's literally just Runa's back towards the album cover with her wearing a trench coat. Cazador, Rickjack, suddenly lights begin to flare, and your position is definitely 100% given away as Mortrix's lights move towards you.
Like, hey guys, what are we doing over here?
All right.
We try looking at the hallway and seeing what you might figure out. More trick. You could learn a thing or two, perhaps.
But do I want to? Yeah, I'll check out the hallway. They're like, ooh, flat tax, that's a terrible idea.
How many corners?
Speak Dwarven.
How many corners do you think light would bounce around, like realistically?
Rickjack says you move around the next corner. Well, ray tracing can answer that question for us. The correct answer is a lot of effing corners. Light likes to bounce around forever and ever to the ends of the universe.
Yeah, it does.
As you move, this area right here has a 3-foot tall brass dwarf with a book in its hand with a whirlpool icon on it and a warhammer raised up towards the ceiling. It looks like a small shrine. There's even a bowl in front of it. There's nothing in the bowl except for dust, and the brass, of course, has been worn through years of repair or upkeep, but it once was more impressive than it is now.
All right, let me just take a quick look around. Investigation again. Oops, there we go. Normal, sorry. I'm just checking for any dangers.
You take a look around, you put your hands on the walls, check the floor, look for strings or pressure plates. It looks safe.
Okay. Then I'll motion for Cazador to come take a look.
Right, go forward. Wait, how far ahead
It's
are
right
you?
here. Right here.
Okay. This is the shrine. Okay.
Indeed. It is a shrine. Yes.
This is a shrine. I try and make something out of it, I guess. Because have I seen anything like this before?
Yeah, so these are shrines to the god of justice. You're not really sure who that is.
Fair justice. It's going to come to life and kill you.
It's traditional to leave some coins. Of course, something like this is worth quite a bit of money. Like you could get it out of the floor and sell it for, good salvage price.
I leave a gold coin.
Okay.
Clink.
Clink. All right.
All right, let's keep going. Rick Jacks, what do you think?
Yep, let's keep going.
Hey guys, we're still back here. How close do you want us to follow you? Guys, I can't see you.
All right, I'll go back.
Yeah, tell them to follow close enough so that their light hits you, but I just need to be beyond that.
Yeah, you guys, just keep me within eyesight.
All right, I'm gonna just keep my token back there with Runa and just move up my light, and then I'll just be like one behind whatever this light is, wherever this light is for now. That way I'm not moving everything every time.
And I can try helping you keep up with everybody. Rick Jacks, as you look out through that corridor, you hear something cackle. Kunevari no tish.
Any language I recognize?
Do you speak Undercommon?
Uh-huh.
Yes. The creature is saying, so something has finally come.
Man, we could never sneak up on anything. Okay, so I'm going to wait for the group to catch up. Kaz first, just to kind of...
As you're waiting, something horrendous comes around the corner.
Uh-oh.
Towards you, Rick Jacks. It's It's walking on two legs like a human, but it's like squat walking and using its forward hands to pull itself along. It looks kind of like this. It has a bright burning eye set in the center, just a single one, and weird spikes coming down its back, and says, "So, you have been touched by a warlock."
That doesn't sound good.
Oh, yeah. Kaz, take point.
It takes a deep breath and looks at you. I need you to make a charisma deception check real quick versus it, Rick Jax.
Here it comes. Not a horrible roll. Yes.
It takes a deep smell. Hiding things, are you? But I can see that you have an arcane focus. Are you a sorcerer? Or perhaps a wizard? The rest of you, this conversation is like guttural and harsh and kind of horrifying.
Okay, so, I mean, if it's going to talk, is there any way I can kind of look at Kaz and kind of give him a hint to let the other folks know there's something up here?
I mean, as you turn around and look at Kaz, this thing moves solidly into your frame of view, Kazador, and like puts its arms out to prevent Rick Jack from going any further and says, "Found you. Welcome to my abode. Welcome to the darkness." It slowly lets its hands down, but it continues squatting, like its butt is basically touching the ground with its knees bent.
And this is an undercommon?
And at squat height, is it about Rick Jack's size, or?
Oh no, it's much shorter than Rick Jack's at this height. At best, it might be 3 feet tall if it was at its full height.
Okay.
Oh, all right, pretty small.
I want to peek around the corner, like kind of crowding into Kaz's space and be like, "Do you speak anything else?" I can turn those off, but
No, it's fine. My eye has adjusted. But do you speak Undercommon?
I don't.
You have no idea what it's saying.
You don't speak anything else? Just the one language?
Mordrick, make a charisma deception check. Its eye turns towards you and you feel something shift inside of yourself.
Charisma deception?
Yes.
Oh, my.
Yep. It takes a deep breath and goes, "There is much about that one I cannot see, filled with lies, deception."
Does anyone know what he's saying? What did he say? Is he talking about me? It felt weird.
Yeah,
I smell fear. Why are you all so afraid? You are in my house. You come bearing weapons.
So, we'll tell him we're seeking passage through the dungeon. What's our quest here? Why are we in here? I'm drawing a blank.
Dungeon. This is no dungeon. It is a shrine.
The shrine, yeah.
Do not speak foully of it. The shrine is an interesting place.
I'm gonna tap Kaz on the shoulder and be like, "I don't know about that bear man, but I feel like this thing might actually be the thing you thought that other thing might have been."
Do you understand what it's saying?
I have no idea, but look at it. Look, I mean, I hate to judge a book by its cover and be all dwarfy, but that thing don't look good.
Racist. Yeah, I'm just looking at it, trying to figure out what it is. Can I make an Arcana check, or?
Let me see here. It might not be Arcana.
Okay.
You heard about Uncritical Role. Yes, D&D.
D&D Beyond.
Alright, let me see if any... Rule for character knowledge about creatures. Secret cults. Inhabitants of the plains. Alright, so it's a religion check.
Okay.
A 14. You recognize that this creature is definitely an aberration. You're not sure what it's called, but you've heard of something like it before. This is a cursed creature that was once a arcanist, like a wizard or a warlock, that sought divine understanding of becoming a lich, and in the process failed to complete the lichery, and was cursed to become this keeper of dark secrets, seeker of shadows, and strange creature with unusual powers.
We should beware of this
But
creature.
the important thing is it retains no knowledge of its former life. When it failed to become a lich, it forgot everything before that moment. But you do know that they only lurk in places of deep magic, and also that they can be negotiated with to trade secrets and understanding.
So I try and explain that to Rickjax, I guess, in common, and he won't understand, I assume.
That's correct.
Yeah, okay.
What are you saying? It crouches down even further and then moves in a circle. I need you to make a charisma deception check real quick there, Cazador, as it turns its eye towards you and you feel something like a wheel turning inside you. Okay, well, you got a 20 on the roll, so I just need to get a 20 as well, MBD. The creature goes, I do not understand it. The dwarf. It's frustrating. Your party is so skilled at lying, Sverneflin. Why have you come here? You say you seek passage through the shrines of Laos.
We heard... I'm not very good with deception. So we heard that the Zorn was...
Don't lie.
Yeah, we heard the Zorn was terrorizing the shrine, so we'd come looking for that.
Yes, the Zorn. It has been changing the walls. It has been revealing hidden treasures and hiding things that were in plain sight. It has been weird, unusual.
And you say it's been revealing treasures?
Indeed.
Like what kind of treasures? Where are those?
Things that were once hidden are now seen again. Look at the walls around you. This corridor, I had not seen its like ever since I was trapped here. Now, you can read along the walls the words of ancient dwarves, what their thought processes were. There are many such murals throughout the Shrine of Laos, depicting rings, spikes, and elephants, volcanoes, dwarves at work, alcohol, recipes, graffiti depicting who has the largest dick. There are such great works all over this place. Such interesting secrets that had lain bare, hidden within the walls until revealed by the Zorn.
Can I see past this guy?
Yep, I mean, he's super small. He's smaller than you.
So in corridors, is it a corridor? It looks like it might be a corridor going north and south. Is that true?
Yep, definitely.
All right. Well,
he sees you looking around and says, I do not seek to bar your passage. I only have come to negotiate.
what is it
I
that you
know
want to
many
negotiate for?
things. I wish perhaps gold if you have any on hand. Magic if you have any on hand. Secrets. Your party is so full of deception. Secrets must be limitless within you. I will trade.
And what kind of secrets are important to you? Because you said you're trapped down here. What secrets would you want?
I was trapped, but now no longer.
I see.
Once I was allowed to travel freely, but then a rock slide. And yet the Zorn freed me from my imprisonment.
So, I would take it that you're very familiar with this shrine.
I am familiar with some parts. It changes on a daily basis.
Okay, so I think I can speak on behalf of our party that we can provide you some gold if you show us around the shrine.
Showing you around the shrine is dangerous. There is too much here that will try to kill you and I. If you give me some gold. I will tell you of a danger waiting for you ahead. That is my best offer.
How much gold do you want?
How much gold do you have?
I have 2 pieces of gold. You can have one of them.
No, not enough. A paltry sum.
Well, what are you asking for then?
More. Ask our friends how much gold they have.
All right, so I'll ask. I'll let these guys know what the conversation's been going on so far, and see what they think if they want to offer up.
What is there, like a general store down here that we haven't noticed? What does he want the gold for?
That's a good point. So I'll turn to the creatures. Like, why do you need the gold anyway? Because what purpose down here?
Once I am able to leave again, which is now, I can use the gold to buy things. You act as if I do not interact with civilization like the rest of you. You are heading into the deep darkness. There is much out here that your people has never seen.
So, I'm going to say, Rickjacks, how about we try offering something other than gold anyway? We can offer him passage out of this mountain through the passageway to the south that we just passed away, that we passed by.
Say pass one more time.
Pass.
Perfect. I think that's fine. So we want to offer to this creature if passage out of this dungeon or out of this shrine is something that he desires.
So you're basically saying we'll let you go past and go to that southern trap door?
Yeah, I'm trying to lead him. I'm trying to offer to lead him to that trap door. Yeah, so you can set it off. Well, I guess actually we don't want to set it off.
He goes, very well. If you know of an exit from this place that the Zorn has not moved, I will take such a advantage. Is there some secret that you would wish to know? Ah, yes, no, you had wanted to know the dangers that lie ahead. Tell me, what do you know of a creature called the Water Weird?
I don't know anything. Kaz, do you know anything about a water weird?
To my knowledge,
I recognize it when he says it out loud.
Make an Arcana check.
Arcana!
Cazador, you
maybe
don't
not.
have a clue. Yeah, the rest of you, I mean, Runa, do you have proficiency in Arcana?
No.
All right, so you still have a 13. All right, so Runa, you actually have the best idea of what a water weird is without any formal training in this. Mortrick, you know water weird is a type of elemental that involves water. You're not sure what else goes on with it. Runa, You're aware that water wields are tied to water. They can't exist without it, and they're defenders of supplies of water. And it says, there is a water weird here to the north. It was used as a kind of toilet.
Well, good news. If it's an elemental, it can also get high.
No, a water weird is immune to poison.
Oh, man, it's tough luck for the water weird.
It cannot use alcohol.
it cannot. In what sense? Or sorry, I can't
It
understand
is
it.
immune to alcohol. I know it's difficult for a dwarf to understand. Yeah. This particular water weird is polluted and evil. If approached unwisely, it will consume its victims, dragging it down into the toilet hole.
Kaz, you're up.
You're saying
It was a joke.
okay?
It was a deep gnome joke that didn't
The
come
creature says, show me to the passageway now.
Okay, I
So
instruct.
you're going to show it to the trapdoor?
No, I want to pull out Mortrick's map, and
right.
and I want to show him the exit back out to the Empire.
Oh, interesting. So you're going to have it go past your cart.
Yep.
All right. It says, good, excellent, we have an accord. And it holds out a bony, scaly hand towards Cazador.
For
To handshake.
Probably shake your hand.
this is like scary
Yeah.
movie.
He's cold and clammy, far clammier than any living creature should be. And in undercommon it says, odd bargain is struck. Know that you will break when the time comes. Your cowardice would be legendary. And then it lets go of your hand and moves past all of you, like, and then continues to walk while squatting, very strangely, and goes down the corridor past you.
I'm gonna turn to Kaz, like, really? Sleeping Bear, you're like, no, kill that motherfucker. It's dangerous. That creepy ass thing, you're like, let's shake hands. Let's be best friends. I don't do it all.
It's sentient. At least there's a difference there. And look.
Yeah, but it's evil sentient.
Yeah, you're rationalizing. All right.
Dwarves.
You taking north or south end, Runa? I'll check the other one. Oh, wait. Yeah. Well, Runa needs light, though.
You gonna light a torch, Runa?
How many torches do you have left, Runa?
I have one more.
Ooh, wow.
I'd say let's save it.
I'm gonna.
You're like, let's save it. Runa's just like,
light it up.
Rickjax, you charge down the southern corridor and find the walls here include depictions of elephants and rings, just everyday life. And at other location, these would be incredible works of craftsmanship. But in the Shrine of Laos, in this sacred dwarven hold, this is just wall art, It just exists. Anywhere else, this would be like masterpiece that someone would put on a stone tablet and host outside their home. But for here, it's just something people brush past every day. Hashtag dwarf life. Runa, as you charge up the northern corridor with your light, you begin hearing the dripping sound of water. Mortrick, stays close behind you in the process. You did temporarily spot a door to the south when you went down the corridor.
Let me just see what was there real quick, but I'll go back down to that door.
You head back down to the door. On the far side of this door, you can hear the crackling of a fire and something speaking in... What languages do you speak?
Common.
You don't understand what they're saying. But you do hear, at least 2 or 3 creatures on the far side. There's a smell like roasting meat coming from underneath the door. So this door is an iron door that, again, has swelled beyond the size of...
I speak Common and Primordial.
Okay, Primordial's not going to help you, but that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, you speak the Air Ganassi, or you speak the Earth Ganassis.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to leave that alone for now.
Okay. Rickjax, Cazador, what are you guys doing? You're just standing in the corridor?
I'm following your checks.
Okay.
Great.
Rickjax, you begin approaching a door. Runa, you left that corridor unexplored and are instead returning to the rest of the party?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to get too far away from them.
You head back.
Rickjax, do you think we should check out what the creature was talking about, or do you want to look at this door? I think this door, if I have a good sense of direction, is in the same direction as the trapped door. It leads out to where the trap door leads out. So this might be a place of egress, or I guess going down to Blindenstone. I'm not really sure at this point. It's pretty labyrinthine.
My directional
You're
sense.
muted, Rickjax.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say my directional sense tells me this door leads south. All right. But yeah, let's wait for the group. I see Runa coming up.
As you say that, Runa comes around the corner with a torch.
Oh, she's got a torch. Okay. All right. So, yeah, is the door locked? I'll do an inspection.
It is a unlocked stone door. You're doing a close inspection. Roll investigation. You touch that door all over. You're pretty sure it's safe.
Yeah, okay. Let's open it.
The door creaks open. Inside is a cavernous room.
All right, so
You can see inside this room that there are stone desks interspersed. There seem to be 2 in every 5-foot square with stone chairs. Everything is like furniture built into the ground. What's that house, Falling Water by Frank Lloyd Wright or whatever? All of the furniture is built into this area. All of it faces towards where you are coming from.
Like they look like desks.
Yes. Like school desks, right? Like a desk that made out of stone rises from the ground, curves over, and then it has an internal area that you could reach into. As you step in, Rick Jax, there's a chalkboard behind you. Built in, it's literally just like a black slate, and you can see that there's still several pieces of untouched chalk there.
okay. All right, so I definitely want to wait for the group to regroup in this room, and then we can kind of decide our next course of action.
Yeah, so as you wait for everybody, you do a quick calculation. I mean, there could be dozens to hundreds of students that would have been facilitated in this room at any one time.
I'm not gonna leave Bruna. She has the lights.
I recognize this kind of room. I mean, we had something similar back in my hold in Carandine, and it was for schooling children.
Like, I don't miss this at all.
Perhaps we can
this
teach
room
you
is giving me nightmares. Worst room in the Time Labyrinth dungeon, whatever we're in.
Did you say that your home's name was Karen Dean?
Yeah.
Writing that down real quick. That's Clan White Knuckles Clan Hold.
Yeah,
Look at that. No, I got it, brother.
I put it in the thing in the Google Doc, but yeah.
Let me tell you something,
Google
man.
Doc.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you switched perspective. You started with
did.
I, and then you were like Cazador, and then you said he, and I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, I was just sort of free
No
flying.
one let this man ever write a comic, right? Don't let him typeset anything.
Hey.
You can draw it.
I've written a few.
So, Cazador, as you're looking through these desks, you can see that many of the desks still have books in them, like journals.
I flipped through some of the books.
Yeah, so each of these desks has a history book and everything's in Dwarven, of course. The history of Clan Laos, and also there's a journal at every desk. Now, the history books are all the same, but the journals are all different. There are also like small change. Some of the desks have a few coppers in them. Some have like small gemstones. It feels very personal to be in this room, right? You're not just looking through a dungeon. This is people lived here,
Right. I try and recall back to the hallways. Was there any kind of records of history?
I mean, they had a full homeowners agreement along the walls, and there was no written history, but there was the depictions of historical events,
Right.
such as Laos's rise. Rich X, what are you doing with the 16? You're just investigating the room in general?
Yep. General walk around.
Okay, general walk around. Of course, in the northeast corner, there's an archway. Doesn't look like it was ever meant to accommodate a door, so no door there. There is a stone door on the middle north door. I need you to make a dexterity save, because as you're investigating it, you like get up and you're like, oh, and then you hear a clicking noise and you're like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Deck save, here it comes.
You're good.
Okay.
You leap back, and as you're like touching the door, a needle comes out from the handle, and you can see it flicks off a green poison. It definitely would have been super bad if you were still holding that handle when that happened.
Jesus Christ, Kaz, what kind of people booby trap a classroom? What is wrong with you people?
people with a mind for defense and people who know. I mean, I guess they're now dead. So what can I say about that?
Every day you continue to just shock and appall me.
So I'll tell the group. I go, hey, be careful on those other doors because I was looking for stuff and that was still hidden, so it was well crafted.
Yeah, right? I mean, some of the school children might have escaped with their lives.
So there's also a stone door here, a stone door over here, and a iron door down here. As you look around,
I'm gonna go through the desks and the journals that are in there. I know I can't read them, but I'm just kind of like looking at how the children who want to learn here kind of.
So,
stuff.
several of the journals are entirely text-based, but most of them have some form of drawing in them. There's a lot of engineering design sketching, showing like. One page will show a finished Warhammer, and the opposite side will show all of the different parts and how they fit together. It's incredibly detailed. There are some doodles. You find one journal that makes it clear that this not only was this kid an artist, but also they were not paying attention in class. You have a very good idea of what the teacher looked like, with horns, as a baboon, being stabbed in the back. It's just very detailed depictions of the teacher and several classmates as well.
Yeah, that makes Rudness smile. She'll probably take that journal and a couple of the journals that maybe has sketches of weapons.
Okay, write down that you have 3 journals. 3 journals from the Shrine of Leos.
3 journals.
Cazador.
Yes.
As a grudge bearer,
Mm-hmm.
you know that this room is filled with grudges. Each one of these people needs to be avenged. You can feel it. You breathe it.
Do I have any sense of what happened to them? I scour the history books.
I mean, the history books here are the history of the clan Leos, right? It tells you about how Leos was but a common dwarf with no nobility to him. You know, the first page is, you open up, it's like a storybook is the first page. How Leos worked hard every day and paid respect to his elders and, paid his taxes on time and ate with 20 chews and drank only a reasonable amount of alcohol. But one day, as he was working hard, he reached into the stone and pulled out the Warhammer that was given to him by the Earth Mother, and with it he began to lay about his foes, defending the shrine, or defending the clan at all odds, and thus became the leader of the clan and gathered about him great warriors. And then is the index, the like after this fairy tale part, it's like part 1, 721 BC.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it looks like this history book covers about 1,000 years of history.
So I add that to my knapsack.
Okay, yeah, sure.
And
write down that you have 1 history of the Shrine of Leos.
Okay.
Probably 100% full of dwarven propaganda.
Yep, I love it.
Some light reading.
So it should be noted that as a grudge bearer, if you discover anyone in this book that has offended the clan and that offense has not been answered, you may feel a unquenchable need to answer that offense before you die.
Okay, that sounds fair.
That sounds pretty dwarven-y.
Yeah.
It sounds all Kaz.
But I haven't seen any of that so far in my skimmings. I mean, I'll keep this at my knapsack side when I'm.
We'll talk about it next time you have a long rest if you want to sit down and read it.
In the meantime, I try to figure out if there's any evidence of conflict in this room.
Just on a quick glance, there's no sword scratches, there's no dead bodies, no skeletons.
But it's all clean?
It's not clean. There's a light layer of dust everywhere. You know that the creature that you saw came from this direction?
Yes.
that small thing you spoke with had come from this direction. Hard to tell, where it's going and where exactly it came from, but it definitely, almost certainly came from this room at some point.
I wish we had asked him more questions about this room, but it's too late now. He's gone. So I'm gonna take a look.
I mean, he's probably going to be like, man, free cart.
Man, it's a little like guy like that can pull a cart. I'll point that out.
Look at this hater right here. He's like, "Oh yeah, Arthur."
Kaz,
And I'm like, "Oh, you wanna check that thing's strength score? You might be
I
surprised."
feel like Kaz thinks he knows a lot.
Kaz, you come to that corridor, and you notice that this is the stuck iron door that leads to the trap room. You're looking at it from the other side.
Yeah.
It's swelling in its frame.
Man, what is it with the doors in this place? Why
What
are they
it-
all like this?
What do you mean?
Like, this is what, door number 6 that's been swollen in its frame? Not to mention, guys, I don't want to freak anyone out, but I think we've offended some sort of, like, bear god. Because back in Apple Valley, zombie bear, and then I think there was, like, a road bear? Am I making that up? I feel like there was a road bear.
I think you're making that up.
You are making that
And
up.
now, here we are in another place. and
That was a
there's
minotaur.
bear. Oh, it was a road minotaur.
Yeah.
Right. But
I
you know
swear.
what? I bet that's only because we turned left at the port. All right? Road bear. Guaranteed.
I hate to not end on a cliffhanger, but it actually is a good point to stop while you guys are taking a break in the room and just accepting the history around you. The camera probably does a slow pan looking over all of your faces as Runa flips through her journal, and Mortrick fast talks with Cazador, who's got a
I'm gonna
far
start,
distant look.
A crazy man page on my papers where like I'm gonna get some red yarn and like start drawing connections just between like bears and places.
Conspiracy. Aliens.
All right, so
well,
let's
Bears.
shut all the doors and, like you
Oh,
said.
we're not. We're just. Okay.
Lock it up for the night.
Yep.
Oops, no, that's correct. You all get 675 experience points.
Damn.
I mean,
What was that? 665?
675.
675.
Thank
What do
you,
we have now?
Zorn.
I mean, you overcame some pretty big challenges. Killed a polar bear, killed a Zorn. You bypassed an encounter with a Nothic.
What are we at experience-wise?
Should be 29, 22?
No, it should be more than that. Should be 2754 plus the 675.
Yeah, exactly. So it's 3,447.
Wait, what? Oh, wait. I know what I was doing wrong.
Type it into the thing.
3467.
You guys are almost halfway to the next.
3447. Okay. We're all great with math.
Yeah. 5 is 6,500.
Oh, is that where it is? Okay.
No, chat knew that was a Nothic. Interesting. They know what's up. Chat's pretty smart.
Chat knows what's up.
I mean, chat doesn't always know what's
That's
up.
where it's at.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I've
I
been-
like
Oh, go ahead.
I like watching AP.
Oh, Dick paintings are timeless. Yeah, so like, can I look for some like small stone tool, and I want to carve another dick into one of these desks?
I just want to be super clear. You're doing that while Cazador is watching?
Yeah, and
He's like reminiscing. I'd be like, Kaz, look at all the other dicks on these desks, right? Someone has to keep this tradition alive.
No, those were dwarven children carving those dicks. You're just
You're just
Well,
a what?
I'm
Just
gonna
a
hand
You're
what?
just a what, Kaz?
I'm gonna
Finish the sentence.
a vandal.
Carve a dick.
A vandal is what you
Oh,
are.
that's a good sideways shift, but we know what you meant.
We know what you mean.
Actually, no, I was trying to think of the word for, like, if you spray paint. Graffiti.
Vandalism.
Vandal. Yeah, that's why I went with
A
vandal.
tagger. He's a tagger.
A tag.
Yeah.
Just to double check, we're at
He's a tiger.
7, right? XP.
Sorry, I typed it into the thing.
Alright.
Yeah. What did you guys think I was going to say?
Oh, your usual Kaz
Something
stuff.
Human? Like just a human or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like what else?
Yep. Everybody thought you were gonna say just a human.
just a racist thing, because you're racist.
I mean, he is just a human.
He says under his breath. Just a human. These
Guys.
dwarven children's are obviously better.
This was a episode. We've got our first possible collaborative piece where, I'm not part of this coordination, but I assume you'll all send it to each other and work on it. I can't wait to see what it turns out like. I love Mortrick getting high and hallucinating. Especially love that for some reason you drawn him shirtless in this, even though he still had his clothes on at the time.
No, I think he's naked all the time now. There's Runa smelling the fur.
Ah, nice.
I'm Mortrick.
Oh boy.
Mortrick on watch. Kaz going for the coin.
That's good dwarven gold. A fellow with 2 weapons, really?
Because Rick Jack said that like 30 seconds after I finished this picture. I thought, that is perfect.
Oh no. Hopefully the second weapon is the sensor bar.
And then our Xeno?
Zorn. X-O-R-N.
Yeah, there we go.
Guys, if you're the audience, even if it's on YouTube, give a hand for McComicker here. Even in the past, we of the present can feel your future affections flowing to the past for us.
And let it be known, I was not the one that killed the defenseless animal this time.
You didn't even attack it.
I did not.
You weren't even aware.
Anytime in this game, I didn't attack anybody.
So now Runa or Rick Jacks has to attack the next natural creature.
I think it's gonna be really tough to get Runa to do that, but I'll do my best to bait her into it.
It has to be asleep. Both of them have been asleep.
That's right. That's right.
Their own business.
A phobia of sleeping natural creatures. There.
I don't think that's a thing.
Nope.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Of course, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, AP Gaming Reel. I'll be back tomorrow night for more 5e. And if you really like watching Cottontailed, stick around on Thursday where the Battletech gang is undertaking the hardest challenge they've ever fought. They are, for the first time ever, at a disadvantage points-wise in the game. And we're also having the most proficient enemy we've ever had come run the opposite side of the table. So I'll be on the player side, and someone else who's really good at the game is going to be playing the bad guys.
For me, like Sid Highwind's theme is playing for this battle.
Sid Highwind? Look at this Final Fantasy VII loving motherfucker. That shit's coming to the Switch too.
Yep.
Is it?
I mean, I've got it for PlayStation. I got it for the PC. I don't know why I wouldn't get it for the Switch.
10 and 10.2 are also on the Switch.
Well, 10 is a thing. 10.2.
That's not a thing. I'm just letting you know.
Is 12?
I've never played it. It didn't seem like my style. You know, dress up and dance just wasn't working for me.
Yeah, I definitely played it, and I definitely regret it.
I mean, a lot of people enjoyed it.
I was not one of those people.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like it was for me.
10 was amazing, though.
Anime
10
is
is,
F, though.
and I love 10.
I mean, 10 is really good. Look at this hater.
Really, Kaz? Really? Get out of here.
I'm Connor Hughes. I'd like to give you my TED Talk about why Thor Ragnarok is the worst Marvel movie.
Of all time.
I wouldn't say it's the worst. I mean, geez,
I wouldn't say it's the worst. Ant-Man exists.
I slept midway through Ant-Man, so what can I say?
Oh my goodness. Oh.
But I mean, the half that I did see was enjoyable.
Connor, let's start with your outro.
Okay, but I'm not hating on Thor Ragnarok. I often stream on Twitch and make some drawings. I'll be back on soon. Working on, I guess, more character sketches, things like that. We're sort of wrapping up this volume. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'll be on, I'm at twitch.tv/Connor Hughes. Thanks for checking me out. Thanks everyone that backed the Kickstarter. Very much appreciated.
Question. Will you
Yes.
be drawing dead bears?
You know what's funny? In college, we had a thing where
Oh,
like
God, there's-
all my stories did involve bears of some kind or another. So it was a running joke. And then everyone in the whole grade or class or whatever, we all had to do one comic featuring a bear.
Huh.
One where, but these weren't dead bears. This was mainly like the mauling type bear, and I like the bear winning. So
Pre-dead bears.
Yeah.
Bears you hadn't killed yet.
like somewhere up in some kind of tundra situation, and there's some kind of desperate Eskimo type figure.
Right, like a fiend Eskimo
A fiend Eskimo.
controlling the Antarctic bears.
No, the Eskimo was fighting the bear. Yeah.
Dance, bears! Dance to my mind control.
Guys still has sneaking suspicions about that bear. It doesn't matter what anyone says. I mean, he was about to start piecing through the skull, and
I'm just saying, when a bear Spartan kicks you off a cliff, I'm not going to shed a tear.
Don't worry, Kaz doesn't shed any tears. So, but yeah, thanks to you guys. And Bearded, what's up with you? What are you doing this week?
What am I doing? I'm fixing up the new apartment because that's all of my time. But when I'm not doing that, I'll be drawing. I'll be doing some commission work, doing some comic work. I still need to color that one comic and finish drawing the other one. So I'm staying busy. How about you, Mick? You streaming?
I am streaming. I'll be streaming tomorrow, working on a 2-page spread in Hollow, my Washington Irving H.P. Lovecraft mashup. And if you're interested in seeing anything I've already drawn for that, a lot of it's on Instagram at McComicker. And Planet Chaos, I hear you have some big news coming up soon. What is that?
It's the same teasing announcement I give you guys every week, so doing the game design. But I actually thought of some other news. Now, I'm on Twitch, so Planet Chaos, Chaos with the K, Planet Chaos Art on Twitch. And then this weekend sometime I'm going to try to have sort of a game night, because I actually got past, you know how Twitch has that level that you have to earn more than $100 before they even pay you out anything?
Yep.
Yeah, so I actually got past that mark. So we're going to do...
Nice.
We're doing a pizza party where everyone brings your own pizza, and we're going to do some games online. So I'm going to get some of the Jackbox games, and
Dick.
yeah, and we're going to do that. So we're going to have a party this weekend.
Sick.
Nice. I love pizza parties.
Yeah. So for anyone interested, just keep track of in Discord. I have a channel. I think it's just called Announcements. It's called News. So Chaos News, and I will. I'll keep you up to date. It's going to be Friday or Saturday, it looks like. So, and other than that, I will be streaming much more often. So I'm going to change my schedule around and get more commitments. And I will be streaming tonight in about an hour.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I was the last one, right?
Yep.
AP, all to you.
So we'll be back next week where we'll be playing Mobile Frame Zero Firebrands. I'm going to say something like, everyone should take a brief look over the rules so that they understand what Banterfill is, and crystalline Banterfill, and probably no one will do that. But fortunately, it's the kind of game that we could play for maybe an hour and a half. We could play for up to 4 hours. What's interesting about the game is that it ends when someone says, okay, we're done.
What?
So it never ends.
Well, I mean, at some point, I'll just be like, hey, guys, it's been 4 hours. We're done.
You can't call it. We got to call it.
So you do one rotation through everybody, and then at any point, if anyone says we're done, then you do one final rotation where you wrap up the story, and that's it.
Huh.
So it could be, 1 hour. It could be 4. We'll find out.
Can you type that name of the game in one of the Discord rooms?
Pinned
He
it.
put this stuff into
Pinned
the
it.
POW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
I
POW
mean,
room?
I didn't. But
He pinned it in POW.
I didn't pin it in POW. No one pinned it for me, but I will get it for you so that it can be pinned in there again.
Okay.
Someone should pin it in POW.
Mobile Frame Zero Firebrands. It's only like 20 pages, so it should be a pretty quick read. Boom. There you go. So we'll be back with that next week. I don't know about the week after. Like, there's some interesting options. I was thinking maybe Mouse Guard, but that's a huge commitment to get new players into, since it's.
I don't know.
What about the one where we pit each other against each other, politically and stuff?
Oh, diplomacy requires 7 players, and
Damn it.
typically
I definitely don't want to miss out on diplomacy.
it's better played over like 8 to 10 hours, or if you're playing if you're playing on the internet, you do 1 turn a day every 24 hours. And if you miss your turn is just nothing happens. Made RPG, Cotton. These people are new to the RPG scene. We don't need
Made RPG.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you know about Made RPG?
There are no
Nothing.
dead bears.
You do not know anything
Allegedly.
about Made RPG. Randomly summoning bears is part of the ritual process of that game.
I'd be down for some Elsguard just to be able to draw some Redwall type creatures.
I gotta warn you, it's a commitment. It's probably going to take 2 or 3 hours just to make your character.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that's
No, there you are. See, there it is. You're like, one time and I have to spend 3 hours making a character? No thanks.
How many hours does it take to make a maid?
Is that fun for people to watch?
Making a maid takes like 10 minutes or less.
Boom, Connor. Maid RPG.
I'm
So
down.
when you make a maid, it involves rolling d6s. It's complete randomness.
Good.
You don't get any character choice picks. You just make random rolls and see where you show up on a chart.
That sounds amazing.
I mean, I'm down.
Connor, are you saying no? You're not down with it?
No, I'm saying yeah. I'm saying
Shep, you down with playing maids? Just to be clear, Maid RPG is about I will be playing the master of a mansion of some kind. Probably this one will be set in a fantasy setting, and you will be the maids attempting to win my favor. The person who ends up with the most hearts.
I'm game for it. I'm game for it.
Wow. I can't believe you all are laughing and you're into this. Very well.
Whatever you guys want.
In 2 weeks, we shall play Maid RPG. Cotton, you should have been scared. Your first time was terrible. Look, Cottontail is currently this channel's reigning champion of Maid RPG.
We should
He's
definitely
won every single time.
Probably is. Hey, I want to bring something up too. You know that squad mode for Twitch?
Yes.
Oh, is that active for everyone yet?
No, it's
only
only
for partners.
partnered streamers.
Oh, just partnered. Okay.
Yep. Sorry, it's not for us yet.
Okay.
It's on Mixer though. For some reason, we all 5 of us randomly wanted to switch to Mixer.
No.
What?
No.
I'm already on Mixer.
Mix down. He loves Mixer.
Yeah, I like Mixer.
Mixer is like Twitch, but with
You know
small
how
viewership.
easy it is to stream on Mixer? Like it's.
I assume it's just as good as
It
it is.
sounds
on-
more like Grinder.
You don't even have to like. I don't have to open up OBS or Streamlabs or anything.
I have no
And
idea how Mixer works. Apparently,
So, like, there's no stress. It's
So
just
You don't have to do any of those things because no one actually watches.
exactly.
So is Cotton gonna play with us so we can take her title away? Or what?
oh, you wanna challenge Cotton to join us in 2 weeks for Maid RPG? That's
Dude.
it.
Putting it out
I
there.
gotta tell you, that's a dangerous move.
I don't think Cotton can back out at this point.
I hope that you like losing.
The
Cotton's
glove
basically
has been
unbeatable.
thrown down.
Hey Connor, do you have a full body shot of Kaz?
I do.
So you're saying there's a chance?
All right. Well, let's not force her to answer immediately
So-
right now.
Yeah.
Like, do we play like French maids? I mean,
Any kind of maid you
Whoa.
want.
I will get you the Maid RPG rulebook for you to flip through.
Yeah.
Let me.
a slutty
I,
maid.
I will read some of the options that you can make.
Okay.
Will be made.
They
in the
will
shade.
be unusual. What is with this rhyming right now with the word maid?
I just made that up.
Oh
Pretty
no. Just no. Please stop.
You better back out before everyone gets played.
Okay, Maid RPG. I'm opening it up here.
Maybe.
That was a real stretch. I hope
Yeah.
I hope you're ashamed of that one.
Yeah, that's.
All right. So I wish there were some
At least I didn't kill a bear.
over.
I'm proud of that bear kill. I did it all by myself.
Oh, please stop.
There's nothing wrong with killing bears.
Yes, there is. There's a ton of problems with killing
There's
bears.
literally all the
Wait.
problems.
Did you put a message, Connor?
All right, I'll tell you what. Here is one maid from my last Maid RPG game. They were a bunny who could shift into human form.
Yes.
All right, you're following me so far.
Yep.
Her second power beyond shifting into human form was that she also could become a male vampire in his 30s who had his own character sheet that had to be managed. So she had two characters at the same time that were one person and had sunlight weakness as a vampire.
I'm liking this already.
Sometimes you might end up being a cat or actually a guy or secretly the devil. You might have criminal tendencies.
You're not turning me off to this.
When your stress level gets too high, you start a timer. And as that timer counts down, you have to do whatever your stress trigger is. For some people, it might be gambling. For others, it might be berating other people.
Connor.
Until your physical timer runs out, you must continue doing that thing that is your stress trigger if you want to take any actions in the game.
So it's
Yeah,
kind
sounds
of like
great.
Darkest Dungeons there with the stress.
Yes, it is kind of like Darkest Dungeons if Darkest Dungeons was about maids.
Yeah.
And not about death.
Yes, Cotton's stress trigger once was doing cocaine. Yep.
This game sounds amazing.
It is. You will play it once and you will probably never play it again.
I'm down.
You say amazing, we have different meanings of that word. All right.
As fun as you make it.
Any other business before we depart this fair night? Very well then. I declare us dismissed. Have a good night, cast, and have a good night, audience.
Good night, everyone. Thanks, AP.
Good night, guys.
Yeah, thank you, AP.
Yeah.
Fiery swoosh. That's it. We're out.
Nice.
Noise.
Voice.
Toit, like a toiga. Turn this freaking light off.
That was great. Thank you, AP.